this time, we ask you please stand as the Clinton-Massie Marching Band plays the school alma mater. At this time, we ask you to remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor this great country with the playing of our national anthem.
Are you ready for some football? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Frank Irelan Field, Clinton-Massie High School for tonight's competition against the Clinton-Massie Falcons, your #1 ranked team in this Region 16, Division 4. Against the #9 ranked team of the Bethel-Tate Tigers. So with me, as always, my color man, EJ Lamb. Say hi to the people, EJ.
Hey, folks. Time to get on Campus Nation. Join us tonight. Let's watch some football.
Those of you that need to tell a friend, tell them to go to campusnation.com, where you can see the Clinton-Massie Falcons versus the Bethel-Tate Tigers. We're excited about tonight's competition. Thank you to all those that are working through this sickness right now. We do want to make sure everybody understands that our thoughts and prayers are with them as they're dealing with this COVID pandemic as well as other sicknesses that are around. So just for a moment, maybe about 2 hours or so, let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy some high school football. How's that sound, EJ?
Sounds like a blast to me. Let's have some fun.
I think it'd be great to think about just football for a little bit. So when we're thinking about football, we're going to start by talking about our Bethel-Tate Tiger friends that have come join us this evening. Bethel-Tate is coming in with an undefeated record at this point. So they had a 5-0 season, I believe, and then they were able to win last week against Urbana 2 weeks ago. That was a pretty good, strong win for them there by about 40 points. And then Waynesville, what an exciting game last week.
They snuck one out.
They did. So with 1:40 left, they drove down 94 yards to score with just about 20 seconds left to win that game, 22-19. So Offensively, they are a spread attack team, and that attack starts and ends with our friend Chris Long. Talk about their quarterback number 2, Chris Long, for just a second.
Yeah, just a dual threat quarterback, runs, passes, and just has a great delivery. Watch some of that. And I think we did the same thing last week. We both left here and went home, turned on the game, and put on the Waynesville Bethel-Tate game. And Bethel-Tate pulled out a nail-biter. And kudos to them for playing some clutch ball there in the last few minutes to go, I think, 7-0 now on the season, and give us this little face-off we have tonight between two undefeated teams. Chris Long is going to come at you, throw the ball. Says here he is 6 foot 150, so he can move and he can throw the ball. A nice spread attack. Which we've seen a lot through the year, or throughout this year, so it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, Coach Jeff Essick, he's in his 5th year as a head coach here, multiple years beyond that as an OC coordinator in other school districts, but got to talk to him this week. In fact, it was just yesterday. Very nice gentleman, shared about 35, 40 minutes with me, and when I asked him about his quarterback, I said, tell me a little bit about him, what kind of sets him apart from other people. The first and foremost thing he said was his calmness, and you could see it in that drive at the end of the game. So he had actually seen a couple drop balls earlier in that game. He kind of felt like they didn't play where they wanted to and at the level they were used to. But Chris Long took them in that 94-yard drive and just as calm, cool, and collective. Made a couple passes that were excellent, had a couple nice catches as well. And he said that calmness is what makes him the offensive leader.
Yeah, that's what you got to have as a quarterback and as a leader. Cool, calm, collective. That's words we use when you're marching a team downfield, and he's got that. And I think you're going to see that senior leadership tonight out of Chris. And so I see that out of Cody as well, our quarterback, and just great leadership, lead by example. He may not be the most flashy, in-your-face guy, but he's going to stay calm, and he's going to execute the game plan. And they're coming here with something to prove against Massey, 2 undefeated teams. So it's going to be a fun night of football.
Yeah, they're the winner of the National Division. We're the winner of the American Division. So it makes sense. This is the crossover game that you would normally get, especially in the basketball league. So talking about Chris Long just a little bit more, what was interesting is Coach shared that he had actually won the competition coming out of the summer. It was a kind of a heated competition in that summer months. He actually was a cornerback last year, skipped playing football his sophomore year. So he was able to come out as a junior, play on the defense side of the ball, did a great job for him, they said. And then going from junior year into senior, he had come to Coach Essick and said, I want to be the quarterback. What do I got to do? And he put in the hour, he's put in the time. And this year, there's no question that has paid off in dividends.
He's listed as a wide receiver DB on the chart here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. It reminds you of the NFL player Ryan Tannehill. And Ryan Tannehill did that too, went from wide receiver to quarterback, and is very successful now in the NFL. Chris's stats are 1,600 yards passing for the year, 115 for 26 for over 50% completion percentage. So 1,600 yards is out of what, 7 games or 8 games maybe now?
Yeah.
That
would just be for his schedule for the 5.
Yeah, so
that doesn't
so he can
include,
whip it around. He can whip it around. So that's just 5 games. So that's 200-300 yards a game there.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Wow.
115 completions with 226 attempts. He does have 22 touchdowns against 12 interceptions.
So he throws a few picks there.
Yeah, and even the coach said, even this late in the season, he's still trying to find himself just a little bit because of the lack of experience playing at quarterback itself.
But that makes for a good matchup with us because earlier in the year our DBs got picked on.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be a good matchup to see if our DBs can hang tonight with this quarterback who can sling the ball.
So I mentioned that to the coach specifically. I said, Massey has given up some points and has given up some yards in the air. So is that something that you see as a good matchup for you? And he agreed, but he was quick, and I mean quick to say that by no means thinks that he's just going to come in here and walk all over the place. He knows the tradition of Massey. He respects Coach McSorley and what McSorley has done here. And like Coach McSorley, who came here and turned this program around, he has the same expectation for Bethel-Tate. And I said to him, what's caused that turnaround? Because we weren't talking about Bethel-Tate in the playoffs 5 years ago when he took over as head coach. And I asked him, just give me some ideas of what makes this team a great team that you want to see go as far as they possibly can, and what maybe is different from them than the team 5 years ago. And he said, first and foremost is that style of offense gets kids out to play. His numbers have risen. They've went to platoon. It allows him to get a lot of guys on the field. And if you can look at a potential starting position, if you're coming out of the basketball ranks, if you're coming out of the soccer ranks maybe, and you think I can get on the field, you're more likely to give it a shot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, he's opened up the competition to this team, and he's got a winning culture. I mean, I mean, they haven't lost a game. He's turned it around quickly, and now they've got a winning culture. And what a winning culture will do will make you believe in yourself. These guys are believing in themselves tonight, and they're coming into the pit here, which is not easy to win here, especially a team like Massey that's so hot. But when you get that culture established at whether it be high school, university, NFL level, you get a winning culture. They believe they can win any game.
And I said to him, Coach, to get a win tonight against Massey, can you tell me what maybe those one or two keys are? When you looked at your film last week, maybe even through the year, what are the things you've seen that have improved? What are the things have to improve in this week's practice? First and foremost, before I even finish the sentence, special teams. Yeah. He felt like they left points on the field last week in special teams, and that's something that they worked diligently on this week. He said kind of a brain mistake on one particular play, but he feels like overall they put in good time for special teams. They just want to be able to finish these games, and he was able to see that last week, as we said, with that last minute and 20 drive. When you're talking about the offense, you also have to talk about Mikey Malloy. So Mikey Malloy, he describes him as a power back, strong legs, somebody that is built low to the ground, but he's hard to bring down. He's going to have to be gang tackled, and his stats would actually say that, wouldn't you say, EJ?
Oh, yeah. You look at 120 attempts for 739 yards, getting 6 yards a carry, big, strong running back from what we can see, and it's going to take generally more than one guy to bring him down. And when you see that, we had that back last year in Brendan Lamb with the big, strong legs, and you see this kid with just a big, strong lower body, and you're going to deceptively quick. You're going to have to be ready for him. 6 yards a carry, and has carried them literally through this season on the ground.
Yeah, and he came in after an injury to their starting senior back. He is just a junior. Their senior starting back was Logan Owens, that the coach said was a loss to an ACL tear, a captain that he said was a major loss to the program. So he's definitely stepped up, and that's what it is in small high school football. Injuries are what could make the difference between whether you go far in the playoffs or whether you're going to be sitting at home for the playoffs.
Yeah, and to be able to step up, take that role for them and just go and roll with it. And it just like the quarterback stepped up this year, never played it before. And
right.
Now here we are, and you talk about injuries. Just getting a healthy team at this point in the season with everything going on in the world is good. So we got both teams healthy, and hopefully Massey's pretty healthy. I think they are tonight. And so it's going to be a fun night for football.
Yeah, the two major losses through the year, obviously, are Carter Frank and Dalen Maple. Two huge losses, especially on the defensive side of the ball. That's definitely had made people have to step up, and Clinton-Massie's seen that with a couple sophomores. I talked to the coaches this week, and Keegan Lamb, Big Play Gabe's going to be in there throughout the game. So Chris Long's going to throw to 2, 3, 4 maybe receivers, and the three that he's going to come to the most are Gage Dunn, who's an All-State honorable mention last year as a sophomore, a junior this year, Bubba Carter, and also Wyatt Burton. Wyatt Burton, he described him as having a breakout game last week, so we'll call their names quite a bit probably today. And then I asked him kind of, who do you count on in the trenches? Who's that guy that's going to bring you a little bit of grit, a little bit of oomph there on the line? And he gave credit to Mikey Malloy's brother, that's Ethan Malloy. And I did notice that Ethan Malloy is listed at 5'10", 300 pounds. He's a junior.
He's a big one.
Offensive lineman, just a smart football player. And then one of his captains is Luke Frandorf. What I thought was interesting about Luke is not only is he a good player, not only is he a captain, how about a 36 ACT and I believe a National Merit finalist? I mean, how impressive is that for an offensive lineman?
Yeah, he's got it between the ears, and that helps because when you're looking at defenses and you're looking who's rushing and who's coming in, it's good to have those smarts. So having those guys on the line is nothing but a help, and to be 300 pounds, that doesn't hurt you either.
Yeah, just tell your friends. About 2 minutes till kickoff here, ladies and gentlemen. CampusNation.com. Call a friend. Call somebody that you want to see this game. Should be a nice game for us tonight. Contrasting styles, more of a run offense for Clinton-Massie. They want to stay on the field as long and do ball control, where the term that the coach used was Tate tempo. They want to have Bethel-Tate tempo. So they want to move. They want to get a lot of plays in, and they want to get up to the line very, very quickly.
Yeah, as you saw last week, Bethel-Tate, Waynesville. Waynesville has a really, really good defense. And so you've seen that get tested. They were able to drive down at the end of the game and score that last-minute touchdown on Waynesville to advance here into this round of playoff football. But it really sets up a good matchup because we know that, like we said, Massey is good on run defense. Pass defense has been exploited at different points during the season. But I want to give Massey credit. Last week, I believe the score was 63-6. Mm-hmm. Their defense showed up and showed out last week. So I think their defense has been playing great these past couple weeks.
Did a great job. And
yes,
on the defensive side of the ball, which we're actually going to see Bethel-Tate's defense first because Bethel-Tate won the toss. They deferred, putting Clinton-Massie on the field, and returning kicks for them this week is going to be Blake Irelan and Carson Van Hoos. We're going to see Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith and Elijah Ryan, they're your sack leaders. Actually, they're number 1 and 2. Elijah Ryan is your sack leader for the SBAC, and Kyle Smith, I believe, is number 2. But he said, no question, his defensive leader is Norman Darnell Jr. He's that defensive quarterback. As we get ready for the kickoff here, number 7, I believe, is Sanker. Sanker is going to get a low line drive kick that's going to bounce into Blake Ireland's hand. He picks it up. He's at the 20. He's at the 25. He makes one man miss. He takes it off. Nice block by Carter Uden. He gets outside of the 40, the 42, 45, and he's out of bounds. Nice return to start this game. I see no laundry on the field. Carter Uten with a fantastic block there. In fact, he pushed his man towards the sideline. His man tried to cut back in. He got a shoulder, and he pushed him to the center of the field.
Yeah, and we talk about Blake. Whatever you need him to do, he's the utility guy. And there he just
Swiss
returns
Army
the
knife.
kick. Yes, he is.
Yep.
And takes it back to the 47-yard line, gives you a 53-yard field to start the game with. Nice run there, Blake.
Clinton-Massie's going to come out flanker right with an eye back look. Going to have a tight end and an extra back to the right-hand side. That's going to go to Carson Van Hoos. He stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage, gang tackled and brought back. So he's going to have no gain on that play.
Notice a couple Bethel-Tate players have some things there on the helmet.
Yeah, Bethel-Tate, I believe, has a couple players that have an extra layer of protection. I've actually seen that a couple times already this year where it adds basically a foam layer or a leather layer around their helmet. And just I think it's a concussion protocol that's been put in place this year. So Clinton-Massie, after no gain on the first down, is going to bring Carter Uden into the game on the right-hand side, the flanker set.
Yeah, no gain on that first down.
Yep, now we're going to be double tights with a single back. That's Colton Trampler. Colton Trampler gets the veer look, and he's going to dive ahead for about 3 yards, 2.5.
Yeah.
He's going to bring
just kind of dive forward there, get about 2 or 3 yards, but now it leaves us at the 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd and long, so 3rd and 7 at this point. We know Cody Zantini can throw it if they needed to, so we'll see what kind of setup we have here. Donald Brewer bringing the play in. Also coming into the game is Caden Clutter that'll set up in the backfield. So Clinton-Massie going to set up right underneath the 50-yard line. They're going to be moving right to left on your TV screen for those of you that are doing other fun things there. Wishbone backfield. The pitch goes to Carson Van Hoos. He tries to eye it out. He's not going to be able to find an opening. That's going to be 4th down and about 4 to go.
Nice pursuing defense, gang tackle, and they just hit that edge. He had nowhere to go.
Nothing. Nice job by Bethel-Tate swallowing up the running back there. And, again, a couple of yards on the play, but it's going to leave a 4th and 5. So Clinton-Massie is going to do something that we have not called a lot this year, and that is they're going to punt the ball.
And, you know, to be Bethel-Tate and to be 8-0, you have to have a good defense.
Yes.
And you've seen it there. Nice pursuit, a nice gang tackle there, and shockingly enough, here we are punting a 3 and out for the Massey.
Bubba Carter is going to be your return man for the Bethel-Tate Tigers. Trevor McGinnis gets a low snap. Keegan Lamb's his protector. Not a bad punt. It's going to go land at the 15-yard lines and go immediately out of bounds, so no return on that. Bethel-Tate's going to set up at the 15, going from left to right on your screen. The Clinton-Massie defense jogs onto the field. Bethel-Tate's going to bring their high-flying offense out, and we're going to see an air raid. We're going to see a show here for a second.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to see him and see this quarterback, Mr. Long, see what he can do against this Falcons defense. I am kind of sitting here in shock. 3 and out. That might be the first time all year.
Trips left, 2 receivers to the right, so an empty backfield, a 5-man look. Chris Long gets everybody set on offense. Ball snapped. And he's immediately scrambling out of bounds. He tries to go. He's going to go down right before Carter Uden hits him.
Yeah, he said, I'll just go down here.
Yeah, he was smart to say I had no reason to take the hit there. So right at the 20-yard line, which means no gain. It seemed like there was some immediate pressure, maybe a game
and
up
good
front.
Coverage downfield by our DBs.
Little quick move up front, and Carson Van Hoos, Cody Zantini kind of covered the backfield there for the defense. Blake Ireland, your corner, also Carter Uder on the outside. So a pick.
Oh, it's
That's a
intercepted,
pick.
looks like. Yep.
Yep,
Massey
that's
football.
That's an interception for Clinton-Massie.
There you go.
Carson
Get that ball
Van
back.
Hoos kind of caught the ball, almost cradled it underneath, so there's going to be a turnover. And I will say that the coach mentioned specifically, when you want to beat Clinton-Massie, you cannot be a team full of mistakes. You have to play mistake-free. He underlined it. He said it numerous times.
Good
and I
hands.
know that's not what he wanted to see here in the first quarter with 9:15 left. After going 3 and out, he wanted to see his team go on a long drive, and they did throw an interception, which gives Clinton-Massie first down at the 35-yard lines right to left with a 35-yard field. Clinton-Massie sets up in slot left, I backfield, tight end 2 to the right. Ball's going to go with the option look. Colton Trampler pushing and
Way to
chugging.
churn, baby.
Yeah, chugging and getting about 6 yards, 5 yards there.
Yeah.
He'll start with a second and 5 on this next down. Cody Zantini over to the sideline to get the play from Carter Uten. So you might see a little bit of an up-tempo move here from Clinton-Massie. I don't know if they want to try to get into a speed war here necessarily, but they'd like to get up to the line and like to get a few extra plays off here in this first quarter, having gone to 3 and out in the first series. 8:47 left in your first quarter, double slot look. And that, again, is going to go to Colton Trampler. He gets through 3 or 4 guys, knocks 2 or 3 guys over in the process. Colton Trampler comes up, swells up just a little bit for a first down.
Letting the big dog eat tonight.
Yeah, option look, so giving it to him twice. So
they're setting it up, too.
Yeah,
they're going to
setting
pull
up the
that out
pull.
and pitch
Yep.
it out here soon.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, they're setting it up nicely. Colton has always got the legs moving, and he's carrying you right now down the field.
Something you're going to notice about Bethel-Tate, Coach said they are completely two platoon. They're 11 off, 11 on. So unless it looks like a false start on Clinton-Massie there, it looks like maybe Joe Boffman got started a little bit quick there to try to get out for that pitch. So false start's going to bring him back 5 yards behind the chains now on first down, 1st and 15. But the coach said, hey, we're two platoon. We make it that way on purpose. We want as many kids on and off the sidelines as possible to keep everybody fresh.
And that's nice because once you get deep in the playoffs, and that's going to really pay off in the third and fourth quarter of the game, and you got fresh legs coming out there.
He had mentioned specifically that he felt like that was going to be a benefit because Clinton-Massie actually has a lot of guys going both ways, and I would agree most skilled guys are going both ways.
Go.
Colton Trampler breaks through the first
Nice.
layer. The second layer, he holds onto the ball and gets down to about the 10-yard line. And I think if you remember a couple weeks ago we talked about this. The coaches know what Coach McSorley wants. Coach McSorley wants to run his fullback.
Yeah.
And if you don't stop the fullback, nothing else matters at that point.
Well, and you got a fullback like Trampler who can run, is quick, and notice how good he protects the ball as he goes through the hole and just keeps the ball protected. Again, it's still setting it up for later, but Colton might just take this one to the house the way he's running tonight.
Yeah, keep giving it to him. Carson Van Hoos, a nice slide move into the left-hand side of that line. It's going to be stopped pretty quickly. So I think they're seeing certain formations that they feel are kind of going towards Carson Van Hoos. They're kind of seeing that pattern that Clinton-Massie has showed over the last few games, and that is in the I backfield. It's either going to be the option look, it's going to be the I look with a lead or a ISO for Carson Van Hoos. So they swallowed him up pretty quick, but you know what that's going to set up is play action in the future.
Yeah.
Clinton,
And you're doing that in the first quarter. You're setting up a lot of plays for
Yeah.
later in the game, and wouldn't be surprised to see Trampler get this here.
double slot look. Carson Van Hoos goes into motion.
Nice.
Colton Trampler
He walks
easily
in.
untouched with a touchdown, and we've been seeing it now for about 35 yards worth. I think he probably had a majority, if not all, the yardage on that particular
Nice.
series. Nice
Hats
job.
off to those offensive linemen who parted the Red Sea, and he walked in.
Absolutely. On
Yeah.
dry ground. There
On
was no
dry
problem.
ground.
Yeah,
Amen.
so Clinton-Massie scores with 7:07 left in your first quarter. It's going to be 6-0 with a setup here for an extra point attempt. Trevor McGinnis is your kicker. Cody Zantini is your holder. This is a part of the game where Clinton-Massie, as Coach Essex said, that they've got some skill in the special teams area, and they've shown it all year long. He really likes our kicker. He really likes our punt returners and our kickoff returners. So he thinks that Clinton-Massie has an advantage in the special teams. That's why he worked and focused on them so much this week.
Yeah, and then they gave up, that first kick return to Blake. And so now we'll see what they can do. See if they'll exploit that one seam that every team seemed like every week is going after. Go across the field and hit that seam on the other side of the field.
So Clinton-Massie's going to set up for a kickoff here with Trevor McGinnis teeing up the ball. And like you said, we see a lot of cross-the-grain action. We'll see and see what the response is from Bethel-Tate. We appreciate you joining us this evening. We know it's a cool evening tonight,
Feels
so those
good.
of you that are in the stands, we appreciate those that are able to come out and support this season. Even though it's been shortened by COVID, we were appreciative that we were even able to have it. I've kind of said to a couple people, we're just blessed to be here. So let's
Feels like football with Ohio State playing today.
There you go.
You know, feels like Ohio football.
Trevor McGinnis with a nice big kick that's going to land on the 8-yard line. He drops the ball, and he's going to have a whole bunch of Clinton-Massie defenders. Oh, a clip in the back. Doesn't look like they're going to call it, but he ends up bringing the guy down at about 9, and we'll get a number for you here. I believe that's number 4. Is that Bubba Carter again? I think that's Carter. So, yeah, it looked like a pretty obvious flip there, but, you know, hey, ref's
We're not
going to let him
complaining.
play. No,
we got it within the 10-yard line, so we'll take it.
They're going to be on the left-hand hash, moving from
coverage.
left to right on your TV screen.
And as we just talked, you can't make those mistakes when you're trying to correct that and get decent field position. That's not the mistake you want to make.
Empty backfield. Oh, no, actually, the ball goes to the defender, the running back who's brought down, but there's a penalty on the play. And while we're checking on that penalty, we're going to make sure that we have all of our sponsors ready to go here. If for those of you that want to send a shout out, you can send that to 937-303-8069. That's 937-303-8069. So it looks like, not sure what they called there. Sideline warning, okay, sideline warning.
Second
so there
and
we go.
looks like about 7 to go.
2nd and 7. Trips right. Single running back, he's met immediately and brought down. So, in fact, he's going to lose a yard on that particular play. And running the ball for them is Malloy most of the time. So they also have a couple running backs. I believe Chris Long is another gentleman that's got quite a few yards for the year as well. So Bethel-Tate with a 3rd and 8 at this point. Trips right, single receiver to the left. I believe that'll probably be done up top. This time the play action pass. The pass goes to Dunn. This time it's picked by Cody Zantini. He's going to return the ball to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. He's going to break loose and get down and almost score, but he's going to be brought down at the 1.5-yard line.
Zantini the Great.
Zantini the Great pulls out a little bit of magic so he can get his team down to the 1.5-yard line.
Now go ahead and give him a quarterback sneak. He earned it. Get that touchdown in there.
You know what? And we'll see it probably on replay. I would give that young man some credit for his hops. He got up there.
He high pointed that ball and brought it down.
He did. That was an impressive interception by
go ahead,
Cody
Coach.
Zantini.
Call his number, Coach.
Yeah, he deserves to go
that
in. So setting up for Clinton-Massie, it's going to be Donald Brewer to the right. Caden Clutter comes in kind of late, setting up the wishbone backfield. It looks like the play goes from Carson Van Hoos and Cody Zantini to Caden Clutter. Wishbone. And he is going to call that. He's going to call the quarterback sneak.
Maybe they hurt us over in the first box.
The coach definitely gave him credit for that one. He deserves it. So touchdown, which means it's going to be 13-0 with 6:04. So in 1 minute and 1 second, we've had another score.
Yeah, that was a quick turnaround pick. You know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If you're going to pass and have a spread offense and throw the ball 30, 35 times a game, then you're taking a risk. And right now, our DBs and our corners are playing some good ball.
Yeah,
and so I like how they're playing
tonight.
The
coverage looks good. It really does. In the back of the defensive backfield, the coverage looks good on the back end. So Trevor McGinnis in for his point after. That's up. And it's actually going to be off on that one. Yeah, he missed that one. So that's only the second time this year that he's missed, and he's going to shake his head, I promise you, for the next quarter or so because he does not like to miss extra points. So Clinton-Massie with a 13-0 score, 6:04 left. And we're going to touch base with some of our sponsors. So Kingdom Exteriors, it is that time of year, and the projects you have been putting off still need to be finished. Is a new roof one of those projects? One simple call gets you out of the way. Kingdom Exteriors specializes in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and decks. Winter's coming, so trust their 30-plus years of experience serving the Wilmington, Lebanon, Greater Dayton, and Cincinnati areas. Call Kelly at Kingdom Exteriors at 513-696-9593.
One simple call takes care of it all.
One simple call takes care of it all.
That's
and
for
Corey,
you, Kelly.
Corey Price, our beloved cameraman, who is a little brokenhearted this evening that he's
our
not getting to see.
To Corey.
Yes, he's not getting to see his Waynesville Spartans play the Clinton-Massie Falcons. And we also have Chad Muterspaw on the end zone camera. We appreciate both of them. They've been with us all year. Another great kick, drivening back all the way to the end zone. coverage is good. He's going to
Look at this.
Caden Clutter's going to put him out of bounds at about
yeah.
the 13-yard line, almost 14-yard line. I'll tell you, Trevor McGinnis was not happy missing that extra point.
No, he took it out on that.
He did.
And drove it back down to the 1-yard line. Almost ran into the end zone, but he takes it out. And here we got great field position. They have Bethel-Tate has some very bad field position to start this drive.
Yeah, so tell me what you're saying as Coach Essig over there on the sideline to your offense who had to come off and their defense went on and you gave up another score. What are you saying to your offensive team?
Yeah, just saying stick with the plan. We're okay, early in the game. Yeah, the quarterback's a little off tonight.
Yeah, ball goes out of bounds. So I tell you one thing I did talk to Coach McSorley about is at this point, if you are cold and your hands are hard, it's harder to throw the ball and it's harder to catch the ball.
Yeah, that is something to think about this time of year is that the chill gets in the air and we're looking in the 40-degree range. It's not as easy. Massey is built for playoff football with the run.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to make an announcement here. They have their freshman quarterback in. So that's number 25. That's Cameron Snyder, who's a freshman listed at 5'10", 135. So we're wondering, maybe EJ or Corey can check on the sideline. Chris Long is number 2. So I don't know if he's hurt or if they've just made a quick change and they pulled the trigger pretty quick. So,
wow.
The ball is down on the ground. And it's covered by Mikey Malloy. So it looked like that there was a little miscommunication on the snap call on that particular one. So it's 4th down. Coach Essex, I'm sure right now is feeling a little bit like things are starting to unravel and come apart. They had to bring their freshman quarterback in. We've had a bad snap. We've had a couple thrown balls. He's obviously nervous. He's taken on a strong Clinton-Massie team, both up front and in the defensive backfield. He had to air one out there just to kind of get it out of his system. But at this point, you're back kicking from your goal line. Nice snap, nice kick, ball's away.
A good bounce for him. Oh, pick that up, Carter.
Carter Uten.
Nice.
He's going to go down the left-hand side. He gets spun around, and he's down at the 37-yard line. So not
nice
a bad
moves
return.
there.
Yep, not a bad return. So you're going to be in a short field again. You're at 37 yards. So at this point, other than the initial kickoff to start the game, we're starting the ball on our side, on their side
position.
of the 50 every time.
Yeah, and it looks like Massey, momentum's a powerful thing. And momentum's getting ready to roll their way again, and now they got a 40-yard field.
So it looks like we found Chris Long. I believe he's on the trainer's table.
Okay.
Possibly an ankle getting taped up.
Yeah,
maybe.
you hate that
it looks
for them.
like. Yeah, you don't want him hurt. We don't want any young man hurt.
Hopefully he can get it taped up and come in.
Tight end to the left. Cody Zantini pulls at that time straight up the right-hand hash. He's going to score for a second time already this game. Spinning a little more magic is Zantini the Great.
He pulled that out and convinced that Bethel-Tate defensive line to collapse, then takes it out around, and Zantini the Great just continues the magic here in the first quarter.
So there's a term that I think most of our listeners and those viewing have heard. Is this deja vu all over again?
Feels like it for us. Last week we rolled. I'd like to. Yeah, Trevor McGinnis ready to go and get this extra point too after missing that last one.
Yeah, he wants to make a point. I could see him shaking his head from up here. He wants.
But as we said, they were setting everything up.
Yes,
so when you're just feeding the rock there to Trampler, and then they pull it out, they collapsed, and this is what you get.
That's credit to Coach Zantini. He must have seen something that he liked with his fullback over and over again, and we knew that was coming. And as soon as he pulled it, he went up the right-hand hash, and I don't believe there's anybody touching him.
Yeah, and it showed his speed because there's a couple guys with him, and Cody's a great athlete.
He is.
Not only is he a great brain, but he's got legs. He's a great decision maker. Can throw the ball. And you know what? I'd love to see us pass a little bit more just to get some practice in for the rounds to come. But right now we're taking care of business at 20-0 with 4:36 left in the first quarter.
One of the smartest football players I've ever had the pleasure to both watch and speak to. So Cody Zantini, that time, I know that this is going to be taken away, but kind of looked like a deer a little bit. Here's why I say that: long strides but fast.
Yeah,
that's what he is. He's long strides but fast. Yeah,
and that's good.
Yep. So Clinton-Massie sets up for another kickoff. Trevor McGinnis from the 40-yard line drops his hand. He's going to bring his leg through, and again,
another boot.
Drives it all the way back to the 4-yard line. It's recovered. Number 4, that's Bubba Carter. Gets a nice return this time. Finds a green space opening on the left-hand side. He's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line.
And they need that. They need some decent field position and get a little momentum carried out. We'll see if their quarterback can come out here, Chris Long.
So Brown Funeral Home in Wilmington is proud to support the student athletes of Clinton and surrounding counties. The hard work, dedication, and passion shown by these athletes are the same principles we adhere to at the funeral home. The team of Kevin Brown and Billy Earhart are always here to assist your family in time of need. From pre-planning to at need, we offer a wide range of services that are economically friendly to all. To contact us, please call 937-382-2247, 937-382-2247. You can also find us online at earhart-brown.com or on Facebook at Brown Funeral Home. Brown Funeral Home, celebrating lives, committed to the community. So that is the freshman still in there. That's Snyder, and you could tell the nerves. He's kind of shaking his head, and he knows it's a tough call right now to come against Clinton-Massie.
You're kind of thrown to the wolves in a game like this and playoff football, and you're a freshman, so he's got to get those nerves worked out, and maybe can do something here.
Yeah, we see Chris Long, and he's off the trainer's table, so we'll see if we can get him back in. They go to the right-hand side. There's 3 receivers, 1 to the left. Defense makes a switch real quick after the play call. Malloy's going to get the ball. Nope, it's a play action, so Snyder is brought down. The ball's picked up by, it looks like it's going to be recovered by nope. It's going to be recovered by Clinton-Massie, it looks like.
No signal from the refs yet.
Yeah, they haven't signaled anything. It's going to be Clinton-Massie football, so that's a turnover.
There's the signal.
Yeah, Clinton-Massie football now with a very short field, about the 24-yard line. So that was the quarterback that ran on the left-hand side. It looked like a strip there.
Yeah.
Try to get a player there
and
for
the Massey D looks like sharks. There's blood in the water.
Yeah, especially with a freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
So Clinton-Massie brings their double slot, single fullback. Donald Brewer is your flanker to the left. Blake Irelan goes in motion, but it goes to Colton Trampler. This time, Colton Trampler is met quickly. They understand, I think, that part of the offense is stop the fullback first, and then we'll worry about everything else.
Yeah. And you've seen Colton. He's still, even with 2 guys that read that play, he still gets 3 or 4 yards just carrying a couple guys because it takes more than one person to bring him down.
Credit to all those that lifted weights, goes to the strength lab, all these guys that have put in the time and effort. That's what gets you an extra 2 or 3 yards, even when you're hit at the line of scrimmage. So in motion goes Blake Ireland. This time, Cody Zantini pulls it. Carter Ewing with a fantastic block. Cody Zantini goes out of bounds, brought down at the 5-yard line. So another very successful run for a first down.
Yeah.
So they're pulling it now. They're going off
it's
the
all
left.
Working.
Yeah, it's pretty much whatever they want to do at this point. The Carter Ewing now, that is 2 standout blocks. Those are 2 times I've noticed him pushing his guy back to the middle of the field.
We see you, Carter. We see that team play.
Yep. You're not going to get that in the stat book.
No,
but
but we
helps.
see it, and you know what? Credit to Massey's lines, too. Their lines are just dominating this game.
A little different look this time. Colton Trampler gets it. But it's from and they're going to put him down at the 6-inch line.
Yeah.
It's absolutely the 6-inch line. So they'll probably set the nose of the ball on the end zone this time. You're just going to try to get it in with maybe Carson Van Hoos, Colton Trampler, or sneaking in.
You know, interestingly enough, tonight, our guy in the backfield, is Van Hoos. Mm-hmm. And you're not seeing a lot yet because he hasn't had to. But it's Cody and Trampler just doing the work, and it looks like it's going to be enough. Yep, that's it.
Touchdown, Cody Zantini, and let's make it a trifecta for Cody Zantini. 3 touchdowns already in the first quarter is impressive for any quarterback. He's run all 3 in, and compliments to him already in that offensive line with 2:29 left. 26-0 is your score. Soon to be, hopefully, it's 27-0 with setting up for the extra point here. So, is it fair enough to say all Massey at this point?
It is, and they're rolling. Everything's working. Their fakes are working. What they're setting up is working. So Trevor's going to go, and I guarantee you he's going to think about that one he missed all night long, and that looks pretty good from here. Yep.
Up extra point is good. So 3 turnovers is your story of the game. If you're just joining us with the score 27-0 Clinton-Massie, 2:29 left in the first quarter. Again, deja vu all over again from last week against Dayton Thurgood Marshall. A little surprised at this point. I think Bethel-Tate is a good team. Honestly, things are just not bouncing their way, and we want to give credit also to Edgar Farms. Edgar Farms is family-owned and operated. Edgar Farms focuses on providing its customers with the highest quality hay and straw. The experts on the team can provide you with the perfect product for any operation and offer both delivery and unloading services. Edgar Farm also sells both farm fresh beef and pork to fill your freezer. Find them on Facebook or visit them at edgarfarms.com. We appreciate all the sponsors that are allowing us to keep it a free offering here as we go into the playoffs. And let's talk playoffs for just a little bit. We're going to let the screen play out and show you this kickoff, but let's talk playoffs. So tonight you've got Waverly versus McNick. That ball's going to go out of bounds by Trevor McGinnis, so they're going to have a penalty on that play and set up here in just a moment. So you've got Waverly, which is a high-flying, all-passing offense as well. They're facing McNick, who lost their quarterback at the start of this playoff run. You're going to see Indian Hill versus Valley View, and then you're going to also see Wyoming versus St. Paris Graham. So those are the 8 teams that are playing this evening.
And who do we have? Should we win? And
we would pick up Waverly versus McNick. So either one of those teams that comes out the victor tonight, we would take on next week. And it's still to be determined at this point. OHSAA has said that there's a potential that it'll be a home team and another fumbled snap. His knee hit the ground, so they're going to call him down right there. So nothing
Blake
going
Irelan
right
gave
for
a little
Bethel-Tate.
chip there, number 4.
Yeah, just nothing going right for Bethel-Tate right now.
Not right now. No.
But Clinton-Massie would face Waverly, and we believe at this point there's a strong potential that the game would actually still be here. So they said the first couple rounds, or at least the first 3 rounds. We have a score update. Waverly Tigers 7, and the McNick Rockets have 6. So 7-6 is the score right now. So we'll get some updates there during the week and make sure our fans and all the fans know on Campus Nation whether we'll be able to be here or whether we'll be on an off-site. So we would face Waverly. That would put Indian Hill, Valley View's winner versus Wyoming Graham. So you could see an Indian Hill, Wyoming. Ball's going to hit the ground for a second down, now third down.
Yeah, it makes you think, is there a quarterback between a senior and a freshman that they have that maybe has some experience? Because this guy's kind of been thrown into the fire tonight.
Yeah, Vinig is the other guy, I believe, listed, and I'm not sure if that's a gentleman that was traveling at the beginning of the year. So how about this? Oh, my gosh. St. Paris Graham is up 23-0 on Wyoming. That is a shock to me, ladies and gentlemen. 25 is Cameron Snyder. Snyder goes left-hand side. He's going to get out of bounds immediately at the original line of scrimmage, which is going to bring it down to a 4th and 10 at this point for Bethel-Tate. Dawson Conley is on the field for punt return. I believe they're calling the block on this one. Let's see if they bring a little heat. It looks like a little signals. Yeah, a little signals being made amongst the punt return team here. Yep.
Like I said, they taste the blood in the water. They may just go ahead and go for this block.
0-0 is your score for Valley View, Indian Hill. We'll try to keep you updated on those because we know those are important. So, right, I told you the block was coming, and they almost got it. Carter Uden,
he's down.
He's going to be down.
He's down there at about the 38.
So for the first time since the kickoff, the ball's going to start on the Clinton-Massie side of the field, going right to left on your TV screen. Center of the field is where it's going to be set up with 1:33 left, and 27-0 is your score. For those of you just joining us, 3 turnovers. The turn of is the story of the game.
Yeah, and that just was the tipping point so far. And Massey is rolling. Big Mo's on their side. When I say Big Mo, that's momentum. And until Bethel-Tate can stop that, looks like Massey's going to roll. And it feels like deja vu from last week at this point.
So double slot look, Colton Trampler in the back foul. Bolton, Colton Trampler.
I think he offsides there.
So it looks like we had encroachment. At least is going to be called by this. Yep, they're calling encroachment. So that's going to give me 5 yards there for a 1st and 5 now.
You know, and as we said early in this year, when Massey came out and beat Alter, they're a really, really good team this year. Massey's a great team this year. They had a couple times where they were, their defense got exploited, but they're really, really good.
Jonathan Alder's a 7-0 lead over London. For those of you interested in that game, those to the north especially. So Clinton-Massie looks like even better now that Alter went up and put a whooping on Trotwood Madison, a surprise whooping. And right now that McDonald running back that they had that ended up fumbling to turn the game around for us, Carson Van Hoos, with a initial burst through for a first down run. Yeah.
Good tough run.
He's getting looked at now by some Power 5 schools, the McDonald kid.
I'm telling you, we played that great first week and pulled that out against Alter. That's what I felt like from that point on. We're a really good team. And really, since then, we've had a couple other decent teams to play. But I like our chances, like I've said this year, for a deep playoff run. And right now, Van Hoos gets the run, goes for about 10 yards in the first down, and he's saying, hey, let me eat a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, he wants some action there.
Like,
everybody else is scoring. Right. So Clinton-Massie sets up at the 49-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10, double slot look. In motion goes Blake Ireland. The counter goes to Carson Van Hoos. He cuts it up immediately. Ooh, he's going to have a nice shot put on him by Bethel-Tate that's only going to be about a 3-yard gain. So Clinton-Massie, throughout the undefeated season that they have, has definitely been a run-oriented team. Carson Van Hoos led the SBAC in the yardage category and the scoring category this year.
Yeah, he's going to get his. Carson's going to get his. He does every game. He's just got too much speed, and he'll break his before the night's over, I'm sure.
Yeah, congratulations again, Bethel-Tate, for winning the national side. American side went to Clinton-Massie.
Nice run.
Colton Trampler. He stays on the feet with an extra hand up. He's able to get another 4 or 5 yards there. He falls at about the 29-yard line. Again, congrats goes to Clinton-Massie, league champs now for 2020, 2019, 2018, and a share of it in 2017.
But as we mentioned before we came on the broadcast tonight, there's a lot of teams in this conference. You think of Western Brown, you think of Wilmington. It's going to be fun to see what happens these next couple of years, because there's going to be some teams come up, and as we come to an end of this first quarter, there's going to be some teams come up and challenge Massey in the next couple of years.
Yeah. McCune Painting and Renovation LLC. McCune Painting and Renovation LLC, located in Wilmington, Ohio. Your trusted contractor for over 25 years of experience, offering interior and exterior custom painting and home renovations. Call Nevin today at 937-728-5585 for a free quote. Shelley McCune is a realtor for Coldwell Banker. She shines like no other. Only one real estate company has guided people home for over 114 years. Shelley McCune with Coldwell Banker West Shell, your neighbor, your friend, your hometown realtor, bringing your exceptional service, honesty, and integrity throughout the entire home buying and selling process. And I'll tell you right now, interest rates are really, really good. So if
Someone told me they got a 1.9.
I've heard that same thing.
Wow.
It's an unbelievable offering right there. So how about John Roberts Excavating, located in Wilmington, is a family-owned business since 1998. They are specialized and experienced in general excavation, sewer, storm, grading, field tile, drainage, land clearing, ponds, demolition, and paving. I would say, EGA, they do it all.
They do it all. One call.
Looks up.
I can't use the same.
You can't use the same one now. They just do it all. Look them up on Facebook or call 937-382-1788 for a free estimate. Clinton-Massie in the I backfield slot to the left. You're going to give it to Colton Trampler. He gets another couple yards after initially being hit and drags 2 or 3 defenders. They're going to be a pile up at the 17-yard line, so that's going to be a first down run by Colton Trampler.
He's fired up tonight. He's running the ball well, extremely well, and the line has given him some great holes.
We noticed last week, Dayton Thurgood Marshall didn't have their best game, obviously, but we came out with energy. And as I mentioned to the coaches in the hallway this week, I'd love to see that same energy. I think they've matched it at this point.
Yeah, they're very workmanlike. Just let's get to business. Let's drive the ball.
Wishbone backfield. Cody Zantini this time is going to
Nice
pass.
protection.
Nice pass, wide open. It's Dawson Conley. Touchdown, Clinton-Massie.
That was pretty from start to finish. Good protection. Stood tall in the pocket. Delivered a strike. Man, good play. Good offensive line play. Wow. When it rains, it pours here, folks.
So they've set it up for over a quarter at this point. I guarantee you the offensive coordinator, which is Cody Zantini's father, Jeske Zantini, has just been waiting to call that play.
Yep.
And you notice they've called that play about 3 times over the season, and it's all been within about the 15-yard line.
It was beautiful, and it wasn't a defender in sight.
No.
And just beautifully executed. Makes the coach look good.
Yeah, and what also is beautifully executed is the work of Collett Farms. Collett Farms Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed company and dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatments, and trusted ergonomic advice for over 45 years. With the use of local data, technology, and digital tools, we help farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season, working directly with you. Collett Farms, Pioneer Seed, they're farmers just like you. Finishing up with Sam's Meats. Falcon fans, stop by Sam's Meats, located in Wilmington, Ohio, and at 1209 West Locust Street to support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meat has fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheese and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping you save both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals and their made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, variety of homemade desserts. Is it fair enough to say if you want some food, they do it all?
They do it all.
Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays. Go check them out. So I've had text messages. I've had people ask me in the hallways. I've had people stop by the school district. They're clamoring to get in to know how is that Baker Bacon Bundle doing for Sam's Meats? Big sales.
Big sales.
The term big sales is what they're using. at Sam's Meats. A nice move by Bethel-Tate, but he's out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So if you've noticed, they've been adding on. Of course, last week we gave a little credit to the Baker Bacon Bundle, but can't verify that. But we're just going to make that assumption that sales have been up.
Stock is rising, folks.
But that leads us, EJ, to the question of the week. The question of the week is based on what was your favorite or your worst Halloween candy treat when you used to go trick-or-treating. And for those of you, you might still go trick-or-treating. I've seen some adults out there with their candy bags.
Oh,
so
sure.
I have a suggestion for those of you that haven't decided what candies to buy. I would actually suggest that you go to Sam's Meat, get a Baker Bacon bundle,
bacon
and let's
strips.
give away some bacon for Halloween.
That
Tell me if
sounds
that's
awesome.
not a great idea. I am starting a new tradition this year.
It'd make this fat kid happy.
I'm telling you, we're going. I want to see somebody on Instagram
nice.
give me a picture. Malloy with
Nice
a
little move, Malloy.
nice run,
Yeah,
nice
nice
run by
little-
Malloy. They
nice
needed
little
a little burst there of energy, but I wanted
like
to see
Maurice Jones-Drew
somebody
right there.
Somebody give me bacon being handed out for it. Now there might be
so
some
I would be
concern
going through
about
my
that.
kids'
Yeah.
candy bag for that.
If it was bacon. So Malloy with the second carry, he's immediately met and brought down.
Might be enough though for a first down.
Yeah, they're coming right at the
no,
line
it's
of
fourth.
scrimmage for a fourth down
Yeah,
there.
it's
So
fourth.
so that is a suggestion. But if you have a answer for us, go ahead and send that in to 937-303-8069.
You might be the coolest person on the block unless
Trying to get him to jump off sides. It looks like 4th and 1. They're trying to get him on the hard count. So send that in, 937-303-8069. Your favorite Halloween candy, or what's the worst Halloween candy? And I'd say if it was me, don't give me pennies.
First down.
Yeah, Malloy's
Nice
getting a
run.
first
Ooh,
down
nice
run.
hard
But
run.
it looks like there is a flag on the field. We'll see if that's going to be a defense or offensive flag. But it potentially could be holding. Yep, there's already a call for holding
that's
against
coming back.
Bethel-Tate. So I'm not a penny guy. Don't give me pennies. I'm looking for candy,
no,
especially
don't
if
want
I'm,
toothbrush and little
no,
things of
I don't need
toothpaste.
toothbrush or popcorn balls. I don't want to see a popcorn ball. I don't want to see pennies, and I don't want to
I'm
see
gonna give you my
toothbrush.
worst because I think my best. There's gonna be a lot of people texting in that it's that little chocolate-covered peanut butter cup.
Oh,
Yummy.
okay.
Number one, but the worst. and maybe I'm crazy here. Circus peanuts.
Circus peanuts. No love for circus peanuts.
There's
okay.
no love at all for except for my mother-in-law.
Okay.
But circus peanuts, I'm going to pass.
We're going to get some answers for you, and we'll bring those on air here just as soon as we possibly can. So we have
Oh,
4th
my
down, and the
goodness.
ball goes over his head into the end zone. He's going to go down and take
uh-oh.
a safety, but he
Maybe
gets
not.
– oh, no.
He's safety, looks like.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a safety. So
Wow.
that's a safety for Bethel-Tate. So, again, just unfortunately another set of things not going right for Bethel-Tate. So that's going to be a safety. The ball snapped over his head by a good, say, 2 or 3 feet. He got into the end zone. For a
Yeah.
second, he looked like he was going to run it out, but he was brought down by the Clinton-Massie defender. So that puts 2 points on the board, making it 35-0 with 10:18 left in your first quarter. And already everything's coming in. How about candy corn? Ugh.
Yeah, I'm with
No,
you. Leave,
yeah,
leave
yeah.
this. Leave the candy corn.
No love for the candy corn. Okay.
Yeah, specify when you text in if it's your worst.
Yeah, we do need to know if it's your worst or your favorite. So Clinton-Massie, we appreciate the shout out to Braden Green from aunts and cousins in Alabama.
All right.
Go Falcons. Nana Trampler's watching Colton and the
All
Falcons
right.
from home, and Colton has a fantastic game going so far.
Yeah.
So Nana Trampler, I'm
Sure
sure
they're
is going
proud
to be
of him.
happy.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's see. I got Peter Goshna, class of 2010, checking in from Sarasota, Florida. Good luck, men, is what he says.
Hey.
Sending a big shout out to Donald Brewer from Aunt Kelly, Uncle Steve, and Uncle Dave. Go Falcons. Let's see. Cheering on. Oh, this is a new one. Cheering on the Falcons from Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see Carter Frank back on the field. That's from
Yeah.
Aunt Brandy.
Man,
So
Carter,
appreciate
you got fans all over the country.
We are truly international here, and Carter Frank is a big reason for that. Carter Uten is your return man, and he's going to go down at about the 47-yard line. So it's going to be another starting on this side of the 50 for Clinton-Massie. So proud of the Falcons. Representing from the eastern side of the district, we appreciate the sportscast, both John and Joyce Settlemyer. So proud to be here in Vernon Township. Again, that's from the Settlemyers. We appreciate them checking in. Go Falcons. Shout out to Allie Brown and the other cheerleaders from Allie's grandparents, Memes and Buki in Fairborn.
Oh, Buki.
Buki. Yeah, don't mess with Buki now.
No,
you don't
no.
want to mess with Buki.
That's what I heard.
We brought the Baker Bacon Bundle yesterday. Wow. Oh, okay. So we've got Carter Franks, Grammy, and Graham said they went and bought the Baker
sweet.
Bacon
Look at
Bundle
Colton,
yesterday.
get another 5 yards there.
Good run by Colton. He doesn't want to go down at this point. So we appreciate them supporting. How about Twix and Snickers for favorites?
I'm liking it.
That's a big sale there.
That's a good one.
How about the worst? Black licorice.
Yeah, oh yeah. That is.
Black
I think that
licorice.
is the worst.
And then I do have a suggestion.
Except for I think my dad likes black licorice.
We've got a new treat suggestion. They want you to take that bacon that you're going to hand out, that nice crispy bacon. They want you to cover it in chocolate. Chocolate covered bacon.
Hey, I've had it.
Chocolate covered bacon.
It's tasty, folks. Okay, I got the Lamb kids texting in.
Here we go.
And
pitch by Carson Van Hoos, but the play is actually going to be stopped, and they're going to call a false start on Clinton-Massie.
Okay, my son Carter says Reese cups are the best and black licorice is the worst.
Yeah.
Reese, who was named, people think she was named after Reese, and I don't think she was.
You love them that much that you're naming your daughter Reese?
Well, I named my son Snickers. No, I'm just kidding. Reese's peanut butter Snickers are the best, and now and laters are the worst. I disagree with this. Hudson says the worst is anything with nuts.
Okay, that's fair.
And Carter wants to hear his out loud. Okay, so Carter is a fan of Reese cups. That's a big, big one in my family.
Slot right. Backfield, Cody Zantini under center with the snap to Colton Trampler. Another flag comes on the play.
Look at Colton.
Yeah,
It's like
he's just
guys.
digging his feet in. And the thing about Colton Trampler, similar to the Malloy gentleman, he's got thick legs. I mean, he has a big squat, a big leg press guy, so he's able to carry a few people.
I love that we
needs
have
to.
Thunder and Lightning. I love that we have the power back and the
Strength and
speed back,
speed,
which
yeah.
Colton's very quick, too.
How about the worst has to be black licorice?
Yep.
Shout out to the Clutter family. Love watching online from Zanesville, and that's from their friend Brian Jones. How about the best is Reese's?
Yep.
Worst is black licorice.
Yep.
Let's go,
Man,
band.
black licorice is definitely leading the worst.
Kelsey Garrison sending in there. And candy corn is the best. Let's fight, they said. Oh, goodness. There's going to be blows, hands being thrown over candy. Oh, a fake, a play-action pass.
Nice.
Slings a kind of a sidearm throw to Colton Trampler.
Number 12 there is going to get his little licks in.
Yeah, they brought him down whether the ball was going to be close to him or
Dalton
not.
Saylor said, I'm going to give you a little stick while I can.
So that's a fourth down, a pass attempt, and that came up a little short there. So 4th down and 6 is going to leave you with a punt for the second time today.
I'm going for it, but
Shelly Bailey is thankful to be a mom off duty and work duty this evening, but cheering on their former Falcon students and giving a lot of love to the peanut M&Ms. That's going to be a favorite.
That's a classic.
That's going to be a favorite right there.
Peanut's good for you.
Punt team gets set up. Ball's called. Snaps good. Kicks good.
Ooh, nice punt.
On the right-hand side, it's going to drop at the 1-yard line and just spin, but then it's going to go out
kind of
into the
trickles
end zone.
in. So that's going to get it to the 20?
Touchback at the 20. So it's about a 20-yard gain there, but a beautiful punt, nice hang time. If they would have decided to try to return that, which would have been silly on Bethel-Tate's part, they would have been met immediately by 3 defenders because of that hang time. So lots still coming in. How about the best is pumpkin-shaped Reese's? How about some pumpkin-shaped
that's
Reese's?
a little bit more peanut butter in that one.
They're okay with that one, right?
Does anyone ever just get the peanut butter jar out and get a big spoon and just take a big old... Okay, good. Corey's saying yes.
Gotcha.
I didn't know if I was the only one.
Chocolate-covered bacon from Mary Ritter as well. So, I mean, the chocolate-covered bacon's starting to get a little traction here. Malloy brought down in the...
Please, if you're going to pass out chocolate-covered bacon in your neighborhood, could you please text us and let us know what neighborhood?
So we know where to go. Yeah, absolutely.
I can load the Lamb kids up.
Yeah. So the defense gets set up here. Bethel-Tate with their freshman quarterback still in. So at this point, it looks like Chris Long, unfortunately, is not going to be able to return, which is unfortunate for that young man. So trips right, single receiver to the left, kind of starts before the ball gets there, and immediately the looked like a bubble screen was set up, and Carson Van Hoos read it, and there was no blocking. He's
thrown a little bit better. Great pass, but just no blocking for that screen little bubble, and that's you got to block to make that work.
How about the best thing? Anything with chocolate.
Not
just
bad.
anything.
Not bad.
And the worst?
Chocolate-covered potato chips are good, too.
Worst is bubble gum, apparently. Yeah, no love for the bubble gum.
I'm not a big bubble gum guy either, so I understand that.
Motion this time by Bethel-Tate.
Let her rip.
Out into the flat. Looks like
almost went through the hands there at number 10.
Number 10, that's Gage Dunn. So just right through the wickets there, and he wasn't able to bring that in. He might have seen a little bit of defender out of the peripheral part of his view. He had 3 defenders coming at him.
Went through old 10 Gage's hands.
16-6 is your score. Valley View over Indian Hill. Not a surprise at all. Both of those teams are excellent teams.
Would you like Valley View again? That kind of left a bad taste in my mouth last year.
Yeah, I would say Valley View is very good. I've been reading some of the Yappy boards and said that they're a very talented team. Snap for the punt, goes back,
Oh, wow.
left-footed
Went off the
kick.
side of his foot.
Looks like we need to get away from that one. It's going to bounce at the 38,
Yeah, decent
the
bounce
45, almost to the 50, and past the 50 now to the other 49. So nice punt.
Get a little wind to it there,
Nice
fellas.
punt with a good roll there.
Yeah,
so.
good roll.
Yeah, Valley View is a talented team. As you said, left a bad taste in the mouth of the seniors, especially from last year. So I think no one would be nervous about it.
I think we'd be motivated this year.
Yeah.
I think they were motivated last year. I think
Because
we'd
of
be
the year
motivated.
before, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
so absolutely. So this time, Clinton-Massie is going to start at the 49-yard line, moving left to right, setting up at the right-hand hash. So unlike most of the other drives before, the last one did not end in a score. So I think they want to get back on track on this, which is 35-0 with 7:19 left in the second quarter. Colton Trampler with another run. He pushes one man off. He holds him down. He's running with an extra defender on him. So that's down to the 30-yard line.
Tramples down to the 28-yard. Yeah. Good
first
run
down
there.
run on first down. That's a 20-yard run by Colton
And
Trampler.
yeah, there's no reason to pull that out and kick it out to Van Hoos tonight. Give him some rest for next week because, I mean, Colton's running the ball so well tonight.
If
and
you're
the line is opening up some great holes.
He's averaging, I'd say, at least 10 to 12 yards.
Oh,
carry.
easy. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're doing that, there's no reason to stop it. It looks like a timeout's going to go to the way of Bethel-Tate, I believe, is the one that called that timeout.
And Colton's protecting the ball until he gets in the open field. Just
And then he
textbook
even used
running.
his hand there to push off the defender. So Clinton-Massie will set up with a little conversation on the offensive side of the ball. Bethel-Tate just needed a breather for a second with 7:04 left in the first quarter, 35-0. As these text messages come in and continue to be interesting on what the favorite Halloween candy is. Again, text 937-303-8069 or tell me your worst. So the worst candy of all time, and I'd be on this would be on my short list. How about Raisinets? Raisinets.
Did you remember getting the box of
the
raisins?
little box of raisins.
Like raisins. Is like,
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously?
So we're trying to create a list here.
of
Maybe we'll get a
raisins.
little running total here. So we all agree black licorice is right near the top.
Yeah, raisins,
You know,
that gives a good run for its money there.
A box of raisins is
Yeah.
definitely not there. Popcorn ball,
Go
not a
feed that
fan
to
of the
your
popcorn
animals or something,
ball.
yeah.
We're not a fan of the pennies. We're not a fan of the toothbrushes. So let's get a few more of those worst. Yeah, no juice boxes. We don't
I
want
like the
anything
raisins.
like that.
Whoever sent the raisins in.
Another
that's-
play
yeah,
action
that's a
pass this
disappointment.
time, flipped out
Nice.
on the left-hand
Nice.
side of Carson Van Hoos. He
Oh,
breaks
the
through.
speed.
He's able to go down the
Almost,
sideline,
yeah.
but he goes out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Little extracurricular possibly there. The flag came up there on number 81, and so we'll see on Elijah Ryan there.
So Clinton-Massie had a successful play. So dead
Ooh,
ball
that's on
foul.
Massey.
Yeah, that looks like a unsportsmanlike penalty or a taunting. Okay.
Yeah, well, you don't want that. You don't want that at any point of the game, especially when you're up 35-0, guys. Your play-in's doing the talking.
No, at this point
So
you
let
want
them-
to put your foot on the gas and continue full speed ahead as quick
Yeah.
as possible to make this potential running clock in the second quarter. 6:56 is your time left in the second quarter. So Clinton-Massie moves back 15 yards from the start there. Started at the 30-yard line, but they're going to get set up here at about the 45. So that's going to be, we'll check it down here for you. That's still going to be first down, but 45, now they're moving. We'll get this corrected. So they're bringing back. Okay, so it was a dead ball foul. So they were able to get the yardage out of the play, but after the play, they were going to call. So I'm guessing that might have been a taunting call if
Is
I
it
were to
first
guess.
down?
Yeah,
We back
so
to
it
first
is
down?
back to first down.
Go.
Ball goes to Carson Van Hoos. He's brought down.
Watch the line push him. And as
Yeah.
he runs through there, the line's already pushed him 4 or 5 yards, so that's a 6 yards, and it looks like it ain't moving a lot, but
Led by Garrett Vance and Brody
That's right.
Muterspaw.
Good
Seems
job,
like the line is
don't
reestablished.
give
in
them
the
guys
line
any
of scrimmage.
raisins. No,
Yeah.
don't give them any raisins.
Yeah, they're back to the steak conversation that we had a few weeks back. So best is just a pure Hershey bar. The worst is sweet tarts and Smarties. Nothing tart, yucky.
I hear you. Chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah,
Taking the win so far.
Blake Ireland, your flanker to the right. Wishbone set up, tight end to the left this time. To Colton Trampler, but this time it's pulled by
Zantini
Cody
the Great.
Zantini. He turns on his wheels. He's going to go
Go, go,
down
go.
and almost
Turn,
and he
baby.
gets into the
Nice.
end zone and brought down afterwards. So that's a touchdown. That's his fourth ladies and gentlemen. The score for 4 for Cody Zantini with 6:10 left, 41-0 with a point after attempt to come.
So let's add, not only is he smart, he's accurate, he's fast, he's tough.
He's tough.
Like he carried
3
a couple
defenders.
guys into
3
that,
defenders.
into that end zone.
And
Very
he stuck
tough run.
he stuck his head down and actually pushed them into the end zone. It's not like he had to reach the ball out and just barely get the line of scrimmage. He went past the line
Cody's
of scrimmage
a
and went out of
competitor.
bounds.
Yeah,
He's very competitive.
He's
very
a competitor. I love
Absolutely.
that about him.
That young man wants to win, that's for sure.
No raisins for him.
No raisins for him. No black licorice for him either. We want to give him something he likes. So we love our Bethel-Tate Tigers from Mama Fortin in Michigan, and Reese Cups are the best. We'd love to hear from more Bethel-Tate Tiger fans. Trevor McGinnis with the score, and the point after attempt is good. So that's 42-0, 6:10 left in the second quarter. All of your Bethel-Tate fans, please text in 937-303-8069. We'd like to see what the Tigers like to eat there, especially on Halloween. How about more football and less candy? Okay, so I guess we're not
a purist.
I guess, yeah,
we got a purist.
we're being told to calm down the candy talk. So the Adams family says their favorite is anything from Hershey's. The worst is Smarties. Go Falcons, and good luck to the Pee Wee Falcons 5th grade and 6th grade football players and cheerleaders tomorrow. So we will put a rest to the candy conversation for just a second, and we'll focus on this Bethel-Tate team and this Clinton-Massie Falcons team. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, the score is 42-0 with 6:10 left in the second quarter. Trevor McGinnis setting up for his kickoff at the 40-yard line. He's going to let that fly. Good kick. That's going to be driven back to about the 15-yard lines. Caught on the bounce is Bubba Carter, who's had quite a few returns at this point. He's able to break 3 tackles and get down to the 20-yard line, the 22, in fact. They'll set up in the center of the field. With right now, if you're Bethel-Tate, is there a little bit of concern about just looking at that goose egg to end this first 2 quarters?
Yeah, you want to get some points on the board here, going with some confidence, and I don't know if that's a Bethel-Tate fan that's in more football talk.
Yeah. We've had this experience before where, Clinton-Massie, good team, Bethel-Tate's a good team, but at some point,
folks.
Yeah, at some point it's we don't want to beat a dead horse, but we'll get back to the action here with it looks like a Bethel-Tate run there by Malloy. A nice strong back. He's able to push a defender back, but he just gets 1 yard because he's being met, unfortunately, by 2 or 3 defenders every time that the ball is snapped. So that's Joey Coker and Leighton Bell. Let's talk just a little bit about Leighton Bell. So a sophomore transfer from Wilmington, number 58. I actually got to see this young man in person. He was in nice catch.
There it is.
Beautiful catch, and that's we'll get you a number. That's number 28.
That is Wyatt Burton there.
Wyatt Burton.
Nice play, Wyatt.
Had a breakout game last week. Wyatt Burton coming on this left-hand side as a single receiver. That's trips right. Snyder, your freshman quarterback that had to replace the injured
Yeah, he's
Chris
getting
Long.
hotter. That's good.
Yeah, that was a nice ball. He spun a nice ball to get that down to Burton. So Malloy is met in the backfield again. So the running game's just not there for Bethel-Tate right now. That's one thing Clinton-Massie has had some strength in all year long, and that is their run defense. So Joey Coker, Leighton Bell holding down the middle along with Charlie Hale and Nate Wildermuth. So a nice move by Malloy, and he's caught underneath. That's Cody Zantini taking him on.
Cody took the brunt of that one right there.
definitely went low on that, and he actually comes up hobbling. Yeah, comes up hobbling at this point. So they're gonna ask him to come off the field. They're sending in Keegan Lamb. That's going to be a penalty, or they called a timeout. Yeah, it looks like they were able to get the timeout there right before the exchange of personnel there. So Cody Zantini taking on Malloy. Probably not the move that you want to make right there, especially this late in the game with a 42-0 lead and 5:03 left in the second quarter. So it looks like Cody Zantini is going to spend a little time on the sideline. Replacing him is your sophomore Keegan Lamb. Keegan Lamb is your quarterback, so he'll be the next generation quarterback, doing a great job for the reserve team this year and led them to numerous victories. Also, he's worked his way into this rotation on the defensive backfield, so you'll see him in a free safety position replacing Cody Zantini, and you can notice that multiple coaches, multiple players coming over just to check on him, make sure he's okay. Looks like he's shaken up just a little bit, and definitely gimpy. Looks like he's kind of...
Yeah, hopefully he can walk that off.
Yeah, he's kind of limping on maybe that left ankle, right ankle. We'll try to see if we get some movement out of him, and he's shaking it off and trying to get back into full speed. Defense is set up again. Offense is snapping the ball. Right-hand side is
just
ball's a
overthrew
little over.
that.
Yeah. Right-hand side, a little pressure there from Charlie Hale. So Clinton-Massie able to bring that down at 2nd down and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Just got a text that I hate getting the apples in the Halloween bag, but I love the chocolate-covered turtles.
You know,
that's high-end candy right there.
I actually got the worst apples as well, so I just got a text message saying that the worst is apples. So not a big fan of the apples there. Uncle Chad and Aunt Carrie Fincher, shout out to Cody Zantini and Garrett Vance from Franklin, Tennessee. Go Falcons. So Franklin, Tennessee's been mentioned a few times in conversations in my family today. Nice pass by Snyder. Boy, he just pulled back and slung that one, and that's the number 10, and that's Gage Dunn, your All-State honorable mention last year as a sophomore. They're looking at big things for him, not only this year and had him, but next year as well. So Snyder feeling a little bit, wants to get a couple more completions, I'm sure, before the clock runs out with 4:45 left in the second quarter. He's setting up. Defensive changes just a little bit. Trips right, single receiver to the left. The give is to Malloy. He's brought down at about a 2-yard gain, maybe 1-yard gain. Brody Muterspaw kind of throws him violently down to the ground that time to make
good
sure
play,
that
Brody.
he understands.
Brody can wrap him up. I just got a text says I agree. I'm on a diet, and all this candy talk is making me crave some Snickers and Reese cups.
There you go.
I'm ready to break out the Halloween bags that my wife has set aside. You'll find me on the floor in the morning, passed out, surrounded by candy wrappers and a sugar coma.
So trips right, single receiver left. Snyder sets up on the right-hand side, but he's pushed out of the pocket. He's going to scramble, but be brought down with about a yard loss, almost a yard and a half there. Enjoy the games. Go Falcons. Mike Hibbs from the Lone Star State in Savannah, Texas. That's actually where my son is as well. Nate Baker, 2020 graduate, is in San Antonio, Texas, doing his AIT training for the National Guard. So left-hand side, you're going to see 3 receivers. 1 receiver to the right. Snyder sets back, lets it fly. He's got an open receiver just out of his reach. So the receiver had Carter Uten by at least 2 steps there.
Snyder's settling in and making some good-looking passes, just a bit. Overthrew him there just a bit.
We're trying to get you a number here on the far side there. That was out of the reach of the hands of, is that number 12, 15? We'll try to get you a number there. Nice play. That's number 12, it looks like. Is that Dalton Saylor, maybe? So just out of his reach.
You see why this freshman can whip it around here a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, 25 is definitely
settling in here and finding his run. 4th down, though.
Empty backfield now. 4 to the left, or 4 to the right, 1 to the left. He throws it up into the air. Looks like it's going to be
double
coverage, and it's going to be into the end zone. This time they're going to throw a flag, though.
We'll see.
Keegan Lamb had some hands on him. Probably didn't need to at that point. The ball was thrown about halfway into the end zone, out of the reach of that Bethel-Tate offensive player. The refs are going to talk about it here in just a second. While they're talking about it, we're going to say that it's appreciated that we're able to broadcast these games from the Frank family, and they appreciate the good job done by our Campus Nation people here. So that is going to be pass interference against Clinton-Massie Falcons. The Waverly Tigers are up 20-6 against the McNick Rockets. So looks like Waverly's going to end their first half with a lead there. So Clinton-Massie gets the pass interference called against them. Staying in the game so far is Keegan Lamb in that free safety that was once occupied by Cody Zantini. On this side is Blake Irelan. Carson Van Hoos is also in your defensive backfield. Carter Uten trying to shut down this high-flying drive here. So quads right, single receiver to the left. Cameron Snyder, your freshman that had to come in because of the
somebody's moving.
Yeah, I'd say
just didn't snap the ball.
They got a little early start there by all the receivers and maybe even the quarterback.
The center wasn't on the.
Not on the same page that time with their call. Shout out to the marching band. Good luck tonight and go Falcons from Moore Pride Moore in Wilmington. So we'd love to see our marching band out there. They've been hit a little bit by this sickness, and we're going to see a few less performing tonight. But we appreciate the fact that they're still dressed, ready to go, and out there to perform for our fans for their halftime performance. Colton Trampler calls his defense, gets the defense set along with Caden Clutter, senior leader on defense. He steps out to cover one of the receivers to the right, which it's trips to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Snyder flings the ball, and that ball is caught. And down,
nice little move there,
makes a 1-yard gain into at least a 5-yard gain. So nice job by Snyder. He's able to move his feet and extend that play.
If you could carry a little momentum, get a score here, carry that into the second half, just maybe give you some moral support here.
3:12 is left.
A little moral victory, 3 minutes left almost.
You got trips left. The running back is to the left, single receiver to the right. So I think they're setting up or trying to see that single coverage on the right-hand side. I believe
get one-on-one.
I believe that's maybe Burton up there. So the ball's going to be out of the reach of the Bethel-Tate. Bubba Carter, I believe, is that. Yep, Bubba Carter out of his reach. So Snyder's going to reset the offense with 3rd and 5 as we get ready to bring this right under 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the second quarter. Clinton-Massie up, for those of you that had just joined us, 42-0. Left-hand side is going to see 3 receivers, 2 receivers to the right. That means it's an empty backfield. Motion by Malloy. He goes into the flat. Snyder's quickly has a little jump pass. He goes back towards the middle of the field. He's brought down.
Little Johnny Manziel right there, folks. Little just jump pass and gets that over the defender there, and it looks like that's going to be enough to move the chains. Now it looks like Bethel-Tate's going to knock on the door here.
1st down and 5. Clinton-Massie, I'm sure, doesn't want to give up the score. They like the big goose egg up there. Quads to the right, single receiver to the left. No safety help on the left-hand side, so Blake's over here on an island by himself. We'll see if they try to come back to that left-hand side. He's immediately going to roll to the right. No receiver is open, but he's flinging it to the back of the end zone.
Whoa!
The catch is made, but it looks like it's a touchdown.
Nice throw.
Wow, that's a nice throw.
Nice throw.
So
Cameron Snyder, the freshman, settles in and making some plays with his feet and his arm.
I believe that's Gage Dunn, and we'll make sure on
10
that.
Gage.
Yeah. He's one of their best receivers. The coach had mentioned before that honorable mention at the sophomore level brings him into his junior year with a high expectation. He's met all of those expectations, if not more. So Bethel-Tate, knowing that they need quite a few points, they're going to go ahead and set up for a 2-point conversion here. Trips to the right, a single receiver to the left, and the running back is to the left of the freshman quarterback. He sends him in motion. That's Malloy in motion. He's going to go out to the flat. He's going to fling it, but it's going to be over his head. So very similar to a couple weeks ago, we saw the Wilmington backup quarterback come into the game, and we had both mentioned that he just flung the ball really hard. He threw fastballs the whole time. This young man, who's got a great arm and can even move around and extend plays, seems like he's got a lot of zip on the ball, and maybe at times he's going to learn through experience, through reps, to give it a little touch. On that one, I think he actually could have had another score.
Yeah, and if you look at this Snyder settling in, kind of getting his rhythm as he's been playing through this game, that just kind of shows you another league opponent that is got a younger quarterback, a younger team that he's going to be playing for a while on this varsity level.
Yeah, we asked Jeff Essex when I spoke to him yesterday, what's the thoughts about playing Clinton-Massie on a regular basis? It's something I know the Clinton-Massie coaching staff has mentioned numerous times. Bethel-Tate is in the SBAC. They are on the national side, but I believe that the enrollment is almost identical to Clinton-Massie, so it's something that hopefully in the future we'll be able to see them on a regular season. That ball is going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a penalty against Bethel-Tate, and we'll set up here in just a second. But I know that would be interesting for us to play them on a regular basis in the season. I think it'd be a great competition, and something, because it's in league, would allow us to see another closer opponent than having to drive to, remember, Avon Lake a couple years ago. Some of your longer trips, because at this point it's a little bit hard for Clinton-Massie to find outside league opponents.
Yeah, and bigger divisions really have nothing to gain by playing them.
Yeah,
and because of their pedigree and great team, a lot of teams don't want to take that chance at losing the game early on in the season. So
2:17 left in your second quarter.
I say we march it down here.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a score with 2 minutes left and get this one back. So Cody Zantini goes under center. It's a double slide. It's a motion by Carson Van Hoos. The ball goes to Colton Trampler. He makes one move, but he's going to be brought down pretty quickly with about a 2-yard gain. So the clock is running with 2:09 left. 42-6 is your score. A failed 2-point conversion puts 6 points for the Bethel-Tate Tigers as they end this second quarter. Cody Zantini looks like he's running, somewhat at full speed again. Brings the team back up under or at the line of scrimmage, goes under center to a double slot with a single receiver to the right. That's Donald Brewer, senior, on the right-hand side. This time Blake Irelan gets it.
Almost gets through there.
Gets about a 4-yard gain on a counter play, so they fake the toss one way. They bring Blake
saw a lot
Irelan
of that play
in.
last year and not as much this game. But get him, Blake, a little action there.
Yeah, Carter Uten's your receiver on the right-hand side. Cody Zantini gets the ball up, and he's picked up the pace. You can tell. He's trying to get more plays. 1:26 left. 3rd down and 3. So the ball is, he
Bobbled,
missed
but
it, he
man.
twists, and then he gets a first down. So he actually had a bobbled snap. The ball must have bounced right up to him. Then he was able to run for a first down. They're going to reset the chains. They're also going to
Makes
reset.
a little magic happens there.
Yeah, we said all the time it's definitely the wizard he is. So a little magic by Cody Zantini. This time they're going into a shotgun look, trips right.
I like it.
Single receiver. Nope. Actually, it goes to
There you
Blake
go.
Irelan,
Nice block
and it's
and
going to
go.
be nice block. He goes across the
First
field.
down.
He's going to get another first down on first down.
Thought he
so
might
that's
cut
on
that to the
39.
right there, but he cuts it upfield, and that's enough for a first down. Again, when you throw those little screens, you got to make sure that your wide receivers are blocking. Massey does a great job of that.
Tight ends to the left, trips right. Carson Van Hoos gets
There
the
it is.
run.
Go.
Left-hand side, he's going to be brought down, which means the clock's going to continue to run with 50 seconds left. 42-6 is your score in the end of your second quarter, and we've got Carson Van Hoos. Looks like he is going to hobble off the field. Looks like he's hurt right now. Let's hope that it's just a little sting in that
Let's hope
ankle.
it's a cramp or something there. We'll see.
Because I know, would we have to go back a couple years when he had that break foot injury?
Yeah,
that he
that was not fun.
Yeah, that's when he was kind of caught from behind and landed on. So it looks like he's able to already put a little bit more weight on it and get over to the trainer's table. We'll update you as soon as we know something here. So on the right-hand side, you see three receivers, another bubble screen. And Blake Ireland breaks 2 tackles and is able to get down.
Yeah, watch Trampler come out, start laying a block on a couple guys, and just knowing that he's got to get out there and make some blocks, and there another first down. Now, it looks like we're going to be getting bit with the injury bug.
Yeah, Blake Ireland immediately starts pounding the football into the ground and starts kind of turning left to right in obvious pain here. So Garrett Vance checks on his guy. Coach McSorley, Coach Rolfe over there very quickly to make sure that he's okay. Everybody on a knee here for the Clinton-Massie Falcons. So just seems like right away we're seeing, as you said, kind of back-to-back plays with injuries. We don't want to see that for any side, any team, and, Clinton-Massie included.
Yeah, it looks like the team is going to take a knee and just kind of wait. Blake, like we've said the past few weeks, is just a utility guy that can, whatever you call on him to do, whether it's special teams, receiver, run the ball, man, he just does it well.
Because of his speed and his skill set, he'd be hard to replace on offense, defense, special teams. I mean, he was returning kicks at the beginning of the game, so there's a lot of needs that he provides the solution for, so we'll hopefully be able to get him back on the field as soon as possible. We are going to take just a moment as we see this injury timeout to talk about Kingdom Exteriors. It's time of year that the projects you've been putting off still need to be finished. Is a new roof one of those projects? One simple call can get that out of the way. Kingdom Exteriors specializes in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and decks. Winter's coming, so trust the 30 years of experience serving the Wilmington, Lebanon, Greater Dayton, and Cincinnati areas. Call Kelly at Kingdom Exteriors at 513-696-9593. So it looks like he is up, but he is going to have to be helped off the field by the doc and by trainer Matt. So that doesn't look very good.
Yeah, pretty gingerly he's walking there. And
it looks like he's in a lot of pain in the process. So a couple injuries back-to-back plays. Well, let's see if we can get out of this quarter at least and bring everybody back healthy in this second half.
And that's football.
Yep.
You just try to get through these games without major injuries and just a few nicks and bruises if you can. So prayers for Blake, and he's a gamer. I know that much. He's a gamer.
Had a couple conversations with people earlier today, and basically it seems like the state champion this year is just going to be the one that can hold out the longest from either the sickness or the injury. So many years it looks the same on the injury bug, but this time you've got the added sickness issue as well. So wishbone backfield, it's big play Gabe's in the back there in the fullback position there. So the fake. The throw, sidearm.
Almost
Kane Putter. He gets one hand on it, then he's actually trying to catch it off of the pop. So that comes underneath.
27 seconds left.
Cody Zantini felt like he might have been hit after the play there. So 27.5 is your time, and it looks like back onto the field, Carter Uten and Donald Brewer. So we'll see if we're going to set up for another pass play here with it being 2nd and 10. So you still have a couple downs to go. offensive line plus Dawson Conley, your tight end on the right-hand side. This time trips left, Colton Tramplers to the left. He's going to be your extra protector, the fake.
Ooh, wow.
But he's going to be brought down.
Nice pursuit there by the defense of Bethel-Tate.
Yeah, number 20 is Patrick Salvatore. He's a senior, 6'1", 190, and I was actually told by the coach he is a transfer this year. So
okay.
he's just come in for his senior year.
Yeah, nice play there.
Funny little story about that, and they're going to let that nope, it's 21-0, so there must be a timeout called. Yep, timeout, Clinton-Massie. Little story about him. So I asked, hey, what's that funny story? What's the interesting thing we could tell maybe during a timeout or something like that? And actually, Mr. Salvatore is the one that he had mentioned that he's a transfer in, and Coach Essig is got his wife makes these famous brownies. So, I mean, he's got former players of him that actually come back and ask, are they still handing out brownies at the team dinner? So Salvatore didn't know anything about him. He actually, because of the locker room being a little bit different this year, used his car, in essence, as his locker room. So after practice on this particular game where the brownies were waiting for everybody, he just went on to his car, and the head coach's wife actually had to chase him down in the parking lot and say, hey, we have a little tradition here. You need to come get one of these brownies. So they have a little funny joke that they use each week to make sure Mr. Salvatore's got his brownies each week. So yeah, I think she's probably trying to put in for that chocolate chip cookie. I bet she'd be willing to be one of those competitors there. So double slot this time. Gaming Dow goes in motion. The throw goes to Carter Uten.
Oh, just can't get separated from that defender. Defender had a good route there and kind of blocked him off. And looks like it's going to bring a fourth down. That was great coverage there by number 3.
Blake Stiles for Bethel-Tate.
Yeah, good coverage there, Blake.
Yeah, nice job. It's
Blake
gonna be,
no, that's Carter.
Yeah, fourth down, and it's going to be 15 before you get a first down. But with time winding down, 17.9 seconds left, they're going to go ahead and go for it here. Look for the pass play. One
good sign is C. Van Hoos down there walking around. He's, off the trainer's table, and Carson's walking. So he looks
look
okay.
like he's in pretty good shape there. So, also, I don't see Blake Irelan. So, the pass play, Cody Zantini sets up, lets the ball fly. It's going to go out of bounds. Blake Ireland's just set up on the right-hand side of the it looks like the right-hand side of one of the benches there. But he's actually not being seen by the doctor or trainer Matt. So at this point, maybe it was something that shook him for just a little bit, and he needed some time to get his head straight. So the offense comes off the field a couple times this quarter. They've been able to be stopped by Bethel-Tate.
Yeah.
This time the prevent defense is going to go in, which brings 5 defensive backs in and pushed back to almost the 45-yard line. So Snyder's going to bring his team up. That's quads right. They look to the sideline to get the play. The play's called in. Gets the snaps a little low. The bubble screen comes, and he's got a lot of grass to go. He makes one defender miss, but then he's brought down with a first down on first down. They're able to bring the ball out to the 43-yard line. So Bethel-Tate calls the timeout. Clinton-Massie's going to get set up again, probably in that prevent. They're just trying to stop it and let the time run out. It's 5.8 seconds with 42-6 as your score at Frank Ireland Field. Clinton-Massie Falcons, the number 1 team in the region. Region 16, Division 4, against the number 9 team,
and they're
Bethel-Tate
playing like
Tigers.
They're playing like the number 1 team tonight.
Yeah, at this point, you want to take a 42-6 lead into halftime, maybe come out, try to get a couple scores, and maybe some of these young guys in sooner than later so you can have a little, I guess, an opportunity to get some of the starters off the field and keep them healthy.
A game like tonight where you see a couple guys go down with injury, you just want to protect them, keep them healthy into the playoff run.
And I don't know if this is playing a big factor in it, but it's cold. I mean, it's getting
chilly.
breezy. It's definitely getting chilly right now. So even in the press box here, it's definitely colder than it's been up to any point this part in the season. So you see Leighton Bell, you see Gabe McDowell still in there, Nate Wildermuth, Colton Trampler. See Green's in there, Uten's in there, Keegan Lamb's back in the game, probably trying to keep Carson Van Hoos off the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they're going to try to maybe Hail Mary or something here with 7 seconds left.
Yeah, they're deep. So looks like another
smart play.
That was good. That was good. 3.6
Snyder,
left.
Snyder's settling in here as a freshman playing on this stage. He's definitely settled down and making some good passes. And they got about 3.6 seconds, but you're going to have to get about 50 yards downfield.
Yeah, congratulations to him. At this point, he's done an excellent job. After those first couple series where he just simply needed to get his feet underneath him, he has done a great job as a freshman quarterback coming against one of the best teams in the state. So Dunn with his feet tapped down and is able to catch that ball, but it's going to be the last play of the game, and looks like a flag is going to come, and it's going to go against the looks like the sideline of looks like it's going to be the sideline of Clinton-Massie.
So that will give them another play?
I believe it will. I believe
yeah.
it will. Now, they could determine that it's on the kickoff of the next half, but Clinton-Massie already getting set up setting up their defense there, so it looks like there is going to be an additional play. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm going to guess that it was a sideline interference on one of the Clinton-Massie coaches because they've already been warned.
Yeah.
We'll get a call just for a second here from the umpire, but I think that, Coach
they're going to get another shot
upset.
at this.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Defense is staying on the field right now.
He was upset, maybe with himself, maybe with a missed call here by one of the referees, but it looks like Blake Irelan is going to make his way out of the off the sideline, and we'll check on him. We'll try to get something in halftime. So the flag gets returned to the referee.
End of the half.
Nope, that's going to be the end of the half. So that it's going to, if there's a penalty, it's going to be put on the yeah, Coach Rolfin already talking to the referee and kind of a pat on the back. So mistake was made there, and it's understood that they move on from that for the rest of the game. So Clinton-Massie finishes out. It kind of felt a little bit discombobulated there at the end. You had a couple injuries. You don't want to see Blake Ireland have to go off the field at this point, not under his own power on the gator there. And you definitely don't want to see Carson Van Hoos or any of these guys go down. But you got a couple guys limping. You got Cody Zantini, Carson Van Hoos, both kind of gingerly leaving the field as the band sets up. We'll take just a moment here to review this first half. So the first quarter, all Clinton-Massie.
Yeah.
Turnover after turnover after turnover, and capitalizing on the turnover, which is something that Coach Essick and I talked about yesterday. He said that he watched numerous films and all the films that were traded, and he recognized that right away Clinton-Massie capitalizes on any mistakes made by the other team.
Yeah, and they did. Besides the first punt Massey had, they began to roll after that, get the interception, 3 turnovers, and down here in Bethel-Tate territory. So it made very short field, very, Massey's had great field position all game long, and then there at the end, it's like we couldn't get it together. Had a couple injuries, couldn't move the ball. So, but all in all, it's 42-6 at halftime of a playoff game.
Yeah, you're feeling good about the score. You're probably not feeling good how that quarter ended, whether it was the stoppage of play due to the injuries or just the fact that the penalty ended the quarter, which ended the half. That's not how you want to end if you're Clinton-Massie. You'd rather see them keep the pedal to the metal and keep moving forward. So Winter Guard sets up here, and I think the focus this evening. Yep. Okay, so our band is set up where everybody's going to come onto the field as they make their way across the field. We'll set up here in just a second and allow the band to take center stage. We do want to tell all of our listeners and all of those that are able to join us in the near future, go to campusnation.com each week to catch Clinton-Massie up into the state semifinals, and then that'll be taken over by Spectrum TV. So we appreciate Kristen McLean, does a great job as our band director here at Clinton-Massie Local Schools, Andrew Hall, her assistant. They're getting their guys and girls set up here on the field, and we'll turn it over to them for a halftime performance. We'll see you here in just a few minutes.
My waistline don't need them. My knees wouldn't take a mile, let alone 3.
marching band. Nice job.
We offer wide range of services, and they are economically friendly to all. To contact us, please call 937-382-2247. You can also find us online at earhart-brown.com or on Facebook at Brown Funeral Home. Brown Funeral Home, celebrating lives committed to the community. Edgar Farms. Edgar Farms is family-owned and operated. Edgar Farms focuses on providing its customers with the highest quality hay and straw. The experts on their team can provide you with the best product for any operation and offer both delivery and unloading services. Edgar Farms also sells farm fresh beef and pork. To fill your freezers, find them on Facebook or visit their website at edgarfarms.com. We appreciate the sponsors that keep this a free service to all of our Clinton-Massie and Bethel-Tate Tiger fans. McCune Painting and Renovation LLC. McCune Painting and Renovation LLC, located in Wilmington, Ohio, is your trusted contractor for over 25 years, offering interior and exterior custom painting and home renovations. Call Nevin today at 937-728-5585 for a free quote. Shelley McCune, Realtor. Coldwell Banker shines like no
Call
other.
Shelley.
Only one real estate company has guided people home for over 114 years. Call Shelley McCune with Coldwell Banker. West Shell, your neighbor, your friend, your hometown realtor, bringing your exceptional service, honesty, and integrity throughout the entire home buying and selling process, which can be quite intimidating. John Roberts Excavating. John Roberts Excavating, located in Wilmington, is a family-owned business since 1998. They are specialized in experience in general excavation, sewer, storm, draining, field tile, drainage, land clearing, ponds, demolition, and paving. Look us up on Facebook or call 937-382-1788. Again, 937-382-1788 for a free estimate. 3 minutes are put back on the clock as we end this halftime. Collett Farms Pioneer Seed is a family-owned and operated seed dealership offering Pioneer brand products, seed treatment, and trusted agronomic advice for over 45 years with the use of local data, technology, and digital tools. We help farmers maximize every acre's potential. Count on us to be there throughout the season, working diligently and directly with you. Collett Farms, Pioneer Seed, they're farmers just like you. Finish it up with Sam's Meats.
There
Football
you go.
fans, stop by Sam's Meats, located in Wilmington, Ohio, 1209 West Locust Street, to support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meat has fresh chicken, pork, and beef, along with deli cheeses and lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping to save you both time and money. The dining room is open for you to enjoy homemade hot bar meals and their made-to-order grill menu. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and a variety of homemade desserts, open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. and 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays. Go check them out. So we appreciate all of our sponsors. And if you'd like to send a shout-out to any of our players, anybody on the listening audience, it's 937-303-8069. We'll do our best to get those shout-outs out before the end of the game. And the question of the game has been, and been well responded to, what's your favorite Halloween candy, and what's the worst Halloween candy that you could possibly get? And clearly in the lead right now is black licorice. So black licorice
As your least favorite.
As your least favorite, and the favorites are just aplenty. Everything from Reese Cups, I think, is a strong Lamb family participant there, and many others have been given up to this point. So how about Snickers? And
That's
the least, how about the least favorite is black licorice. However, you're going to get a contest against Circus Peanuts. He adores Circus Peanuts. Yeah. So we appreciate that. One more shout-out. We did have a shout-out. Go Falcons. You're looking great. Bob and Linda Beecroft, proud parents of number 38, Owen Trick, checking in as they've done many, many weeks. So you're going to start off this time. Carson Van Hoos is going to come back to the sideline this time. He's got his helmet not with him.
Got his toboggan on.
Yeah, he's got the toboggan on, so it looks like his night is done, and, well, it should be at this point. Let's rest him. Got a little ice on his knee there, so let's see if we can get him back on track and ready for next week if the Clinton-Massie Falcons are able to bring this game out against your Bethel-Tate Tigers. So because of the penalty on the sideline infraction, they did move the ball back. It's going to be kicked off this time from the 25-yard line. Trevor McGinnis is going to set that tee up and bring the ball with him. He's going to be from the right-hand hash on the field, which is left to right for Clinton-Massie on your TV screen. And we appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate the great people at CampusNation.com. CampusNation.com, for your high school football needs and your high school football wants and your high school football extravaganzas that we've been seeing over the last couple weeks. We appreciate their great production team there at CampusNation.com. Rick Phillips and his team do a great job. We appreciate them being a part of the Clinton-Massie football family this year and bringing games when we've had to reduce our attendance due to COVID-19. So the kickoff by Trevor McGinnis, this one's a little bit shorter, end over end, goes to the 31 and just kind of stops, but it does go out of bounds there at the last second. So Bryce Scoff almost grabbed that ball. That would have been neat for him to catch it on the bounce and just
keep rolling.
Burn rubber to the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like you might have got the 9-iron, put a little spin, but it just kind of popped out of bounds there and going to give them decent field position, which they've needed. And so it looks like they're going to start close to midfield here. So good field position for Bethel-Tate.
Yeah, because of the penalty, it's going to actually bring the ball up a little bit closer, and they are going to start it at the 50-yard line. So Bethel-Tate with a short field to start this second half, and it looks like your freshman quarterback's still in there.
Yeah, and he's got kind of some trial by fire for him. And he's played a lot better, settled in the second quarter and made some passes.
Snyder with a double move, time to
nice
throw.
Play.
And that's going to be a score on the first play from scrimmage for the Bethel-Tate Tigers. So a double move catches the defense off guard. Cameron Snyder kind of touches the arm there and says he's got it there. So Wyatt Burton with a breakout game last game.
Yeah.
Brings Bethel-Tate to a 12-point total with a score on the first play from scrimmage. So double move.
Great
You can
momentum.
see a little fake there, and then Wyatt Burton took off on that second move and was open and then made a defender miss there in the defensive backfield.
And you say whether big on this freshman because that's a great throw. He's making some great passes. Another good pass right there. Looks like it's going to be enough for the 2-point conversion.
So 2-point conversion. So everything going right to start the second half for Bethel-Tate. That's the momentum they need. And I will say this, something you might want to notice on film there. It seems like the quarterback is coming out of his stance before the ball snap, but it doesn't seem like it's much of a problem for the referee. So it's something we've noticed over the last quarter or so. I think he's so excited to get that ball in the air and see if they can get a score for Bethel-Tate. He's starting a little early. But
yeah, good for him, though. I mean, to be a freshman, like we said, playing on this stage, and now he's settling in, and you see what they see in this kid because he's slinging it around.
So on the kickoff return, a couple changes have had to be made here. Coming onto the field is number 24. I believe that's Green for Clinton-Massie. He's able to fill in a spot on the kickoff return team. So kickoff return is not something that Clinton-Massie does all that much of. Having to make a change in the backfield. So Gabe McDowell is going to be your return man instead of Blake Irelan. He's resting with that. Looks like he's potentially on some crutches already.
Yeah, that's not
him?
a fun sight to see.
Yeah, definitely not. So the kickoff, left-footed kicker, bounces to Carter Uden right into his hands. He's going to go across the 15, across the 20.
There you go, Carter.
Nice block by Gabe McDowell. He gets to the 35 spins to the 40. Nice return
right up
by
the middle.
Carter Uden. Nice job.
Just follows his blockers and gets it up to the 40-yard line, gives you some great field position to start this half.
So Carter Uden is that guy that you might not call his name every play. You might not call his name for the big scores, but you're going to call his name for doing all the little things that maybe nobody else is willing to do.
Yeah, he reminds you of Blake Irelan, the fact that he does a lot of little things right for you and does his job well, and there kind of just follows the middle, follows his blockers, and just gives you a good field goal position to start this second half.
And with lots of varsity time in basketball as a sophomore last year, he's going to have big expectations on the hard court for Clinton-Massie Falcons under new head coach Steve Graves. Colton Trampler is going to get you a good 5 yards on that first run. He was hit initially, but he was able to drive with his legs, and along with Joe Boffman, added another 3 to 4 yards after contact there. And that's what Colton does. He's a yards after contact sort of guy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he never go – I've rarely seen him go down with the first hit.
With the first contact, absolutely not.
He's going to get a few more yards and usually takes a small army to take him down.
There we go. Now we see some Bethel-Tate fans coming in. How about Let's Go Tigers? It's not over till it's over.
There
We
you go.
love you, Chris Long. The Helvey family's favorite Halloween candy is the Skittle.
All right. Taste the rainbow.
Yeah, so Colton Trembler gets another
Nice.
carry. He's
Nice
able to break
blocking.
into the defensive backfield. Great run on second down, which is going to turn into a first down and 10 from the 42-yard line.
When you can give him that block, great job offensive line, give him that block up the middle, he's going to get into the second layer of defense and carry a couple guys with him. That's 10-plus yards every time you give him a block like that.
So as a former offensive line coach, let me give you what I would have said to my offensive line in the halftime locker room. So I'm going to tell these guys, look, you've got a couple of your running backs down. So we know the next guy in. It doesn't matter who they put back there. We're the ones that win this game. So the offensive line can take this second half over if they just grind and have the grit to push down the field no matter who's behind them.
That's Massey football.
So it goes to Caden Clutter. Caden Clutter, the senior.
He looks fresh.
Yeah, you like to see the senior get the ball.
Yep.
So he's able to get 5, maybe 6 yards on that first down. Yeah, solid 6 yards. So, again, that offensive line reestablishing the line of scrimmage. And then you have to ask, not only is Massey going to put some young guys in there to fill hurt positions, but is the not two platooning Massey team going to be wore down here by the end of the third or potentially middle of the fourth quarter?
Right. They have a few guys that play both ways, and a couple of those guys are injured, and Blake and Carson. So, they're going to be a little tired, but I think they're going to have a good drive here.
Caden Clutter goes into motion. It goes to Colton Trampler.
Ooh,
the ball's on the ground.
The ball.
And it looks like
bounce is not going our way this half. Well, let's see here. Massey fellas saying it belongs to them.
So it's going to be third down.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're calling third down. So the ball goes back to Massey. So as you mentioned, kind of uncharacteristically, Colton Trampler loses that ball, so it must get slapped out.
Yeah, and I said already twice tonight he can't take care of the ball. Yeah, he kind of got it slapped out, but they got we're not going to count that fumble since they got it back. So
no, got the recovery back. Donald Brewer brings the play into Cody Zantini. It's going to be 3rd and 3 yards, middle of the field, and set up at the 35-yard line. This time it's going to be slot to the right. I backfield with Gabe McDowell as your tailback dotting that I. Goes to Colton Trampler. He trips immediately and goes down. So it's going to be 4th and about a yard, maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, but he falls forward. I like that. He falls forward, gets another yard. But, yeah, you still got, 4th and about maybe a yard, not quite a yard.
Looks like a yard there. So on 4th down, Cody Zantini's saying, hey, let's go for it.
You got to go for it down in here in their territory.
Carter Uten brings the play in. Looks like Cody Zantini might have a wrap on that left elbow there. That's
we've all got a little. Remember,
little dings there.
Cody took that hit by the running back in the second quarter, kind of pushed him back, and he got up a little gingerly. So let's get through this game with no more injuries, fellas.
Bethel-Tate packs the box, and Colton Trampler gets it, it looks like.
They knew what was coming.
Yeah,
we knew what was coming.
Still got it, though. Referee calls, rushes in immediately, spots the ball. They're going to place the ball, turn around, look, and it looks like.
That is a first down. Well.
Nope. Looks like they're going to call for the sticks. Yeah, there's going to be an official measurement.
The chain gang's coming.
So the chain gang maybe gets a little blood pumping here in order to this is their moment. This is their time to get on the field and be seen on camera. So I know they're excited. We got the camera facing right at them there. So this is their chance. So we'll take just a second while we're waiting for that. Again, those of you that want the shout-outs, 937-303-8069. We'd also like to know your favorite and the worst Halloween candy. So this
I'm going to say it's enough.
Actually,
come on.
No, Bethel-Tate ball. So
good stop by
Bethel-Tate. Bethel-Tate. So a lot of momentum. What'd you say about Big Mo? Who's got the Big Mo?
Yeah,
now?
it's went over and sit down on Bethel-Tate side because I mean, if it's me, I'm going Trampler, the big fella every time. They know it's coming. 9 times out of 10, he's going to get that. But, hey, hats off to the Bethel-Tate defensive line for putting a nice stop. Now here comes the momentum. They heard us and said, hey, don't be resting your starters on us. So I like it. I like to see this, the freshman quarterback back on the field.
Quads to the right, motion. Bubba Carter's in motion.
Little laundry.
Yep, snap was set to go, but it looks like it's going to be a false start on Bethel-Tate. So did have a motion man. That was Bubba Carter going across the formation. Quads right, meaning 4 receivers to the right-hand side of the quarterback. No running back. Single receiver over here on the left-hand side. So they're set up in that same formation. The motion goes. Snyder gets the snap. He sets up. He's got plenty of time to throw. And almost
nice
a pickoff
there
by Colton Trampler. The ball was trying to get to Malloy there. Malloy had just a step on Trampler, but at the last second, Trampler kind of pounced and got it.
Yeah, and he did. He got his paw on that football, knocked it away there. And he's in the right place, right time. Nice defensive play there by Trampler.
White Burtinger, single receiver to left-hand side. Definitely looking for a play for him to show his skills after already having a touchdown. And Green gets that, almost picks the
Almost.
ball off. He had great position. He was inside, shoulder height on him, and
because
just a great job.
You know, we talked earlier, our DBs aren't the tallest guys, but a great play there by Green. What year is he? Is he a sophomore or junior?
Yeah, I believe he's a junior,
okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Nice
we
play
will get
there.
that.
Kind of cut him off there in the route, took the inside, and about had the interception there. So good play by Green.
Yeah, junior DB. So Cody Zantini does come back onto the defensive backfield along with Keegan Lamb, Gabe McDowell. The snap goes to Snyder. He immediately rolls to his right looking for an open receiver. He finds one. He makes a one-man miss, and I believe that's done. He's able to bring the ball down and across the out-of-bounds line at about the 36-yard line. So they actually aren't going to give him that extra couple
looks like
yards
it's going to
there.
bring up fourth down for Bethel-Tate here.
So you'd like to see.
They may stay. They got some momentum.
No,
they
it
may
looks
stay
like
and
it.
just
Looks
go
like
for
they're
it.
going to it. I mean, it's,
Cody's running good enough to get off the field there, so he's off the field.
So Bryce Scalf is into the game over here, trying to cover Burton on this left side of the line. They are going to set up in a quads left, single receiver to the right. That brings Burton over here onto the left-hand side, outside of the hash, close to the numbers. The snap goes to Snyder. He's able to drop back. Sets it up. Ball goes flying over number 10. That's Dunn's head, so it's going to be a turnover on downs, and that is going to give Clinton-Massie a short field around the 37-yard line, going from left to right on your TV screens. And Clinton-Massie kind of dodged a bullet there with the momentum definitely going their way, going Bethel-Tate's way.
Yeah, good stop by the Falcons there to
Defense
change the momentum. Yeah, and you needed to change the momentum. You want to. I mean, it's 42-14, 8:10 left in the third quarter, but you want to get some momentum back, especially with these injuries, and get the ball in the end zone and try to build on next week's game.
Who's that defensive guy that you're expecting to step up? You saw Colton Trampler make a play there. Wishbone backfield receiver to the right. Ball goes this time to, I believe, Caden Clutter, but he's stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage for about a yard gain.
Charlie Hale.
Charlie Hale needs to
big
make a play
defensive
for
end.
us.
He will. He's big, tall. He's your prototypical pass rusher now with that big, tall frame. He'll get in there. He's going to make a play.
Good. Yeah, we'll check an eye on him and as well as the rest of the defense here for the second half. Cody Zantini waits on the play from Donald Brewer. With your score in the third quarter, 42-14, 7:42. Thank you for joining us at campusnation.com for Clinton-Massie versus Bethel-Tate. Here at Frank Ireland Field, wishbone backfield, tight end to the left, receiver to the right. The snap goes from Cody Zantini. The fullback gets the ball, and that's Colton Trampler. And he gets up to about the 28-yard line, so that's a successful 6-yard run on second down.
Yeah, and he's, like I said, moving forward, falling forward. Even when it only looks like it's a low cloud, one thing I learned about Massey when we moved here 11 years ago, that you think that's a couple yard gains, but the offensive line gets such a good push that a 1 or 2 yard gain looks like end up being a 5 or 6 yard gain.
And then you got a guy that's got legs like tree trunks, and he can move with them.
Yeah, he pushes it.
I believe 27-6 is your score for Waverly versus McNick. And those of you that are interested, that would be the game if Clinton-Massie is able to win this one that they would have next week. So Colton Trampler again breaks through the defensive backfield. He's down to the 15-yard line. So at this point, they're willing to just ride him. I'd say a majority of these yards are to him again. Caden Clutter with a play as well, but why not just let the big dog eat, as you say?
Yep, and they're letting him eat tonight, and he's probably well over 100 or else close to that right now into this game.
Yeah, he's looked great offensively and defensively this game. So you've got a guy that you can trust with the ball. Just keep on feeding him. Let's see if we can get a score to get back one. That Bethel-Tate scoring on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. Nice play with that double move, and they were able to score on a pass play to Burton. So Clinton-Massie sets up this time in the double slot. The Colton Trampler gets it. He stops. He changes direction. He's able to get what would have been a no gain to about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, kind of like there you see those shifty feet for him.
So what are they setting up? I mean, keep giving it to Colton. Believe
well,
me,
they
I'm
did
good
this
with
the first
that.
half.
I'm good with that.
Well, I mean, they're going to pull it and pitch it around. Remember, Cody pulled it early in the first half. They had ran that play. Then he pulls it, and he had the whole middle open. Yeah. So you're setting up a lot.
Yeah, we used to call that the sucker series. So you're just kind of sucking in the defense, and then all of a sudden you're going to pull it, or maybe that play action pass. Maybe it could go to somebody on a counter play. So I think at this point you've recognized, and it looks like Cody Zantini Santini gets under center, makes a signal call to
Yeah.
Colton Trampler. He's able to get into, again, the defensive backfield, going down this time and pops right back up. Even after a hard hit to the back of the head, he shakes that one off and says, hey, coach, keep giving it to me.
And really, you call it a sucker series, but when you got Trampler running the ball like he is, I mean, he's running like
just
a
keep
beast
giving
tonight.
it to him. Yeah, just keep giving it to him. And at this point, he's basically got 45 yards out of this. So 21-16 is your score. Indian Hill over Valley View Spartans at this point in that game. Looks like Indian Hill has the 5-point advantage. So may see them down the road if we can get past Bethel-Tate Tigers and eventually another opponent next week, either the Waverly. I don't know what Waverly is. The Waverly Waves.
That's where my sister-in-law is from. Waverly,
And
Ohio.
yeah. If anybody has out there the information of what Waverly is, they are the Tigers. Okay, so they're also the Tigers. So against the McNick Rockets. So we'll see who gets that win, and then hopefully Clinton-Massie can pull this one out. Bethel-Tate came out on fire in the second half, scoring on the first play. And
they look good.
And then stopping on a 4th down. So great job for them. They definitely maybe that halftime speech by Coach Essig was something that got them a little motivated.
Yeah, there's a reason they're 7-0 coming into this game.
Absolutely.
And so they can play ball. I mean, Massey's a really good team, as we mentioned earlier, playing like the 1 seed that they are. But we'll see if they can get some momentum here.
Timeout. Looks like Bethel-Tate took this timeout, so Clinton-Massie's going to reset their offense up. They're going to be inside of the 10-yard line, down to the 6-yard line with 5:07 left. 42-14 is your score. And Clinton-Massie brings their offensive team back onto the field. Gabe McDowell trots off to the side. Caden Clutter's on the field as a senior. Colton Trampler, Dawson Conley. This time they put Owen Trick in there, and they've talked about Owen Trick being used in more of a there's a type of formation they call Rhino. Rhino's that kind of big back and that powerful back, and it looks like they bring in Trick there as that extra Rhino
I would call
back
it
there.
trick or treat.
Trick or Treat, the Halloween edition. And Colton
There it
Trampler, he's able to
score! All right.
Nice job. Colton Trampler with the score. Well-deserved after getting a majority, if not all of those yards. Colton
right.
Trampler takes the ball in. They bring in the big guy, Owen Trick, who's actually a young kid. He's only a sophomore, but he is a nice-sized young man.
Yes.
So I guess
Trick
we had a
comes
treat.
in, and Trampler gets the treat.
Trampler gets a treat. Nice job. So, yeah, as Corey Price, our cameraman, shakes his head, definitely we've lost track of the corny line counter. So I think we got to bring it back out for this game. I think we've already had a few by EJ there, but that's a good one. Cody Zantini's your holder. Trevor McGinnis, having missed an earlier PAT, wants to make sure this one goes through, and that one is going to go through right down the middle. Another point added on to the score, which makes it 49-14. I think that's an important momentum stopper.
Yeah, you got to answer.
Yeah, that's a stopper at that point. Now Clinton-Massie can say that they were able to put their Bethel-Tate momentum on hold for at least one series and get that score back. I think that's very important for the Clinton-Massie Falcons to have reestablished that score. So with your third quarter well into play, 5:03 left, 49-14 as Clinton-Massie sets up on the 40-yard line for this kick coming from Trevor McGinnis. Bethel-Tate gets a little encouragement from their coaches on the side and says, okay, well, if they're going to do that, we've got to answer.
Yep.
Bubba Carter's back in the return position, as well as it looks like, is that number 9 possibly? Nope. We'll try to get you a number here on the other return man for Bethel-Tate.
I'll tell you what, the temperature is getting chilly up here, folks.
It is getting a little bit chilly, so. Okay, so
little hitch in his giddy up there.
Little stop and start there. So Bubba Carter gets the bounce. It goes right to his hands. He makes one man miss, makes a second man miss, but then the rest of the kickoff team kind of cleans that up there. So Bryce Scoff's able to make the play and the tackle there. Also for Clinton-Massie, number 35. We'll get you a number here. That might be Nathan Smith. Nathan Smith for Clinton-Massie. So let's see if we can reestablish a little bit of momentum on the Clinton-Massie side after that
defensively,
score.
let's get a play here.
Snyder with plenty of receivers. Got one
he can
open
throw
on
it
the
across
right-hand
the
side.
field.
Yeah, he's got a
Nice arm.
So Colton or is that Caden? Yeah, Caden Clutter.
He throws across
the
the
outside.
field, which is not an easy throw to make.
Not at all.
And he puts some zip on it, so you see what they see in this kid.
It takes
he's
a
got
lot
a good
of arm strength there. Yeah, no question. He's after that first series or so, he's calmed down and doing a nice job as a freshman, especially against this vaunted Clinton-Massie defense. So Malloy,
wow.
nice pass, nice catch. So bringing him down, he makes one guy, and he's
Rumbling, stumbling.
It takes 3 defenders to get him down. So once Malloy is kind of up and going, he's got some
I wouldn't
speed
want to be
to
in his
him.
way.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd definitely go legs at that point.
Great, tough, thick back there. Hard to take down.
Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left, empty backfield. Snyder gets the snap. He sets his feet, flings the ball. Number 4 catches it. That's Bubba Carter. He's brought down on the play by Green. That's Green for Clinton-Massie.
You want to see your DBs make some plays here because Snyder's he's making some great passes here. And now here they are marching down almost into the red zone again with 3:06 left.
Trips left, single receiver to the right. There's no defender out that way, but he overthrows his receiver. So that it actually had caught Clinton-Massie in a wrong shift there on the defense.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like one of those, you got a 3-point, nobody's guarding. You're like, nobody's guarding me?
Yeah,
what do I do?
Exactly.
You know, and he's like, uh-oh.
Sails that one over his head,
a little bit.
Yeah, but it's because his arm's so strong. I mean, like you said, this throw over here on the other side of the field that was across the numbers to the other side of the field. That takes a lot of strength to make that throw. So congrats to this young man who's definitely stepping up to the challenge for Bethel-Tate. Looks like he's going to call this play from the line of scrimmage. Trips right, 2 receivers to the left, sets his feet, lets it fly to number 4, Bubba Carter. He outruns Colton Trampler. Nice speed there. They bring him down at the 10-yard line. So right at the 10-yard line goes Bethel-Tate. So it looks like it's going to be potentially a 1st and 10 right underneath the 10 at the 9. So 1st and goal.
And I like this no give up in Bethel-Tate.
Yeah, I like the grit there. That's definitely something that they need to see. And as a freshman leading them, that's another compliment. So
nice pass.
Gets it across the
that's
line.
Gonna be a touchdown.
Yeah, that's going to be a touchdown for Bethel-Tate. So just simply outrunning Colton Trampler. Using a lot of crossing routes, it looks like. So the last couple passes have both been crossing routes. I would assume that they're going to go to 2 here because they need to score quite a few more points to stay on track to catch up with Clinton-Massie.
Maybe a case of too little, too late if they can't, get all these points. But it's a lot to build on.
Yeah, it was a quick
score. Man,
that's
a lot to build on.
I don't know.
Team.
That was a quick score. You hate to see that score so fast. So releases the ball. He brings it down. He tries a little jump pass. That's not a bad. It's actually pretty smart. Pretty smart play. So it's a 2-point conversion. Why not try it at that point? Yeah.
So here you are, 49-20.
Yeah, the 2-point conversion fails for Bethel-Tate, but I think they were able to snag the momentum right back.
Man, it's impressive.
Yeah, great
with
job.
A couple injuries to our guys, a couple of our DBs, they're going to make the most of this. And if you are seeing what we're seeing, this kid's impressive. Yeah, this kid is impressive.
You like the freshman quarterback. I mean, he's come in. He's recognized after those first couple series that he can hang with anybody. He can hang with the big boys. Now is the question that we're going for an onside kick here, that coach is bringing his team over. In fact, they started to break up, and then they came back. So I definitely watch it if you're Clinton-Massie, maybe a pooch on the right-hand side there to one of his gunners on the right. So this left-footed kicker, number 7 for them, which I believe is Sanker. Sanker.
The old lefty.
Aaron Sanker, is kicking for Bethel-Tate. He looks over to his coach on the sideline, and they get this one, but it's a squib. They let this one bounce past the first 2 lines. Carter Uden gets it.
Nice run.
A couple ins and outs. There's going to be a flag thrown from way beyond the 50-yard line, so must be something that they didn't like Clinton-Massie and their blocking there. I don't know that there had been anything else that Bethel-Tate did. So it looks like we're going to have to move this back here on a 1st down and a push by Bethel-Tate to make this a little bit of an interesting game. 49-20 is your score, 1:47 left in the 3rd quarter. So as Clinton-Massie sets up to start a drive here, we'll get the call from the umpire. Oh, actually, it was a face mask against Bethel-Tate. So that definitely assists Clinton-Massie in their drive here with a first 15 yards there without even having to run a play.
Yeah, and so that's a case of, shooting yourself in the foot. Once you come down, march down, have a great drive there, and then you get a penalty, and now they've got less than half of the football field to go.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any extra. You definitely don't want to hand them any free yardage. It looks like Wyoming 21, Graham 7 with 27 seconds left. 3rd quarter, Wyoming 21, Graham 7. So we might have had an incorrect score at the beginning of the game. It looks like that wasn't a 23-0 jump out by Graham. So
Wyoming's got good football heritage.
absolutely. So, we've got that corrected now. Wyoming is definitely in the lead against St. Paris Graham. It's going to be second down, and with 1:25 left in the third quarter.
Timeout.
It's going to be an equipment timeout. Caden Clutter's going to be sent off to the sideline. It looks like he's got either maybe some blood or something he's got to fix in his wrap. So Carter Uten's going to jog onto the field along with Donald Brewer, and they're going to reset this ball for play.
So I'm going to give you this is kind of a math question.
Mm-hmm.
So when are we actually facing playoff caliber teams? If I know we started in week 7, but would that be week what?
Well, yeah, we had Colton Trampler with a
Nice
quick
first
run,
down there.
almost first down run. They're going
Because would you think Bethel-Tate would be? I'd say with their season,
Bethel-Tate was going to be in. Yeah, absolutely.
So you're probably getting to that playoff caliber
Yes.
teams right now.
Yeah,
from here on out.
Whereas Dayton Thurgood Marshall probably wasn't making the playoffs.
Okay.
Correct. I understand.
Because I know people out there watching like.
Yeah, I'd say Waverly is definitely a playoff team and
Sure.
has been for the last few years. So Bethel-Tate would have been in, Waverly would have been in, and Wyoming and Indian Hill would have both went in. So you're definitely in that playoff
You're in that
run.
caliber
Yes,
now.
absolutely.
So I know last week maybe not, but people are wondering, are we actually in playoff caliber ball? I think we are at this point. And so Waverly, because last year we made an early X a lot earlier than we wanted to against Valley View. So I like the way we're playing.
Two receivers to the right. Colton Trampler gets it. He makes one or two guys miss and then dives forward for about a 3-yard gain on first down. So that'll be second down and 7 to start almost your end of third quarter. I think they're probably going to let this one run out. So we'll start the fourth quarter with about 35 yards to go for the score for Clinton-Massie. So as we go into the fourth quarter, we're just going to recap that Bethel-Tate, no question, had a great halftime speech by Coach Essig, and they said, you know what, we're not done yet.
No, they came out and they've 2 scores to 1, I believe.
Yeah.
In the third period. Now, like I said, it may be too little, too late, but they've come out here, and that's what you want to build on for a young team with a young quarterback is come in here, score some points, and it's just fun to watch Snyder just sling this ball around, and gives us some practice too as we're going to go in and face other passing teams.
Yeah, Waverly is all passing.
So,
Indian Hill's all passing. Wyoming probably run and pass balance. So we'll catch up with just a few shout-outs and a few candy. How about the best is Kit Kats? Fan of Kit Kats, and then the worst is candy corn. So surprisingly, candy corn's not getting a lot of love here. So
corn.
Go Massey from the Mormon family. How about, I got it. How about this? How about those wax root beer bottle candies? Oh,
that's a good
terrible.
one. That's a
terrible.
good one.
And
you chew it up, after I get the flavor, do I spit it out?
What is in that stuff? I've heard, potentially brake fluid, washer fluid. I don't know what that stuff was.
Those.
That was
Man,
terrible.
that was a great call out there, whoever that was.
Wishbone backfield, left-hand side. The ball snapped, but then immediately picked up, and it looks like it's going to be up. They're going to count that as a play, and they're going to move the ball forward at about a half a yard.
So I got to ask, what do you do once you get the flavor out? I always spit it out as a kid.
Yeah, it was nasty. It was terrible. Yeah, it was gunk. So just a little note here: Waverly is winning 34-6 at this point.
Yeah,
it
they're
looks
taking care of business down there.
We could see Waverly as early as next week, and they're in the fourth quarter. So trick or treat is the dad joke of the night. Maybe that's what we should call it.
Dad joke of the
It's
night.
not the corny line counter. It's the dad joke of the
4
night.
kids,
I like it. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. Whoever sent that in, we appreciate that moniker being given to EJ's corny lines there. So Colton Trampler
Nice
again
run, Colton.
with, I think, carry number
he pushes the
16
defense.
probably in the second half, which I appreciate every one of them as long as he's moving that pile like he is.
Yes,
and that's
he
going to be a
is.
first down. And
First down.
they're trying to say that the ball landed in Bethel-Tate's hand, but the refs are not having any of
was
that.
down.
Yeah, so number 1 comes off the field. That's Carter Uden. They are going to talk about it for just a second there. Looks like they are going to call.
Down.
They're going to call the ball and set it for play here with the first down and 10.
You find out
starting
when
at
Colton's
the
all you have in
26-yard
the
line.
backfield, and you got Caden Clutter making some good plays, but he's enough.
Yeah. How about Nana Trampler saying, "That's my boy"?
That is.
That's my
Way
boy,
to go,
Colton
Nana.
Trampler. Absolutely.
That is your boy.
Good family there. We appreciate them. We appreciate them producing a lot of young
Thank
men
you.
that play football. Yeah,
That's
the
right.
Tramplers do a good job of that. So here's another smart play by Cody Zantini.
Let the
What's he
clock
doing?
run.
Yep, he's letting that clock run before he even gets under center. He wants to see that hand up. He goes under center in a wishbone backfield. Ball's going to go to Caden Clutter.
Churning like butter.
Yeah, and churning like butter, Caden Clutter. He's able to get a few yards positive there off the left-hand side of the line.
Yeah, he kind of fell forward just like Trampler there and gets a few yards falling forward. Nice run.
And again, I think this is where the offensive line has to feel a little bit of a challenge to themselves. They know that they're down to the third or fourth back at this point. Trampler's doing a great job. They're taking over the game, and if they can push the pile, it doesn't matter. So.
Shout out to the offensive line and all the parents who have fed them through the years and filled that refrigerator full of food.
Yes, we appreciate them being the size that they are and the strength they are. So Clinton-Massie setting up this time with a double slot. Single receiver to the right is Carter Uden. Under center is Cody Zantini. In motion is Gabe McDowell. The ball goes to Colton Trampler.
Nice
so at
stop.
this point,
good stop.
Yeah, at this point, I think Bethel-Tate recognizes that they're just going to keep giving it to him. So they were ready for him on that particular
I don't know. They're
play.
going to pull it out one of these times and have something open around the end.
Mm-hmm. So that we have one more here. As a child, I never liked getting pretzels or pencils.
Yep.
Not a big fan of the pretzels or the pencils. So.
Yeah.
As
an educator, Matt, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to.
Well, I think pencils are wonderful.
Yeah, I would think pencils are fantastic. I would ask you not to eat them. I mean, that'd probably be the first thing. But, setting up in the I backfield, tight end to the left is Dawson Conley. Two receivers to the right this time. Colton Trampler is met immediately, but again, falls forward.
Right, and he falls forward. He's going to get 2 or 3 yards, just somewhat of a broken play there, but.
You see, now I don't want to create something where there's nothing, but it seems like there's a tiny bit of chippiness going on, and I think my cameraman Corey Price is shaking his head, saying, "Yeah, I think I see it too." I mean, there's a couple pushes after the whistle. There's a couple people going down over the top of piles. So
a little twisting of body parts every now and then.
Yeah, I mean that's just not
keep it clean,
fellas.
Yeah,
we do. We want both sides to keep it clean, both the Clinton-Massie and the Bethel-Tate side. We want to make sure this is ending on a good note. So 2 receivers to the right, that puts the tight end to the left. 4th down with a I backfield. Goes to Trampler this time.
Nice.
He's met. He bounces off the first defender.
That's enough.
Boffman's going to push him forward, and it looks like he's going to push him past the line of scrimmage. They're going to wave that
Remember
on.
last time down here in the third, or maybe it was the first half.
Yeah.
He didn't, and I'm telling you, Trampler's going to get that first down. Way to run tonight, big fella. Way to run and carry this team.
Nice job.
Offensively. Him and Cody making it happen tonight, that big offensive line.
So think about it, 49-20. I know Trevor McGinnis still shaking. He didn't want that extra point miss. So with that safety, we would have had 50 points, which is an unusual score in football.
But 49
you don't usually
seems
see
normal.
50.
Most people look at the score won't have any idea.
Yeah, they won't have any idea because
McGinnis
of that safety.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows. He's not happy with himself. So wishbone backfield. Receiver to the left is Donald Brewer.
Ooh, nice.
Caden Clutter is able to break through and score for the senior. Congratulations, Caden Clutter.
He looks fresh.
Big
His legs
score.
look good.
We appreciate seeing that senior get in. He is a hard-working young man. He deserves that score. Thank you, Colton, for giving him a block. And Donald Brewer with a block on the outside edge there as well.
Clutter.
Absolutely. Nice job. No sputter, clutter. I didn't get a lot of love from that. I got back to the house.
I'm trying to give you some love.
Yeah, it wasn't well received, but that's okay because
nice run, fresh legs.
Caden Clutter scores, and we like to see that senior get the score.
He's quick, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He just needs to get past the first line of the defense.
He looked fresh too.
Yeah, he was able to push one defender away, and then he was in the clear at that point, scoring. And Trevor McGinnis for the point after attempt. It's going to be up, and it's going to be good, so that's going to be 56-20 as your score. And they needed to just kind of get that momentum back on their side.
Nice drive.
And put it a little bit further out of reach. So is it fair enough to say Caden scores? I'm glad for him. But who made that score happen?
Well, I mean, it was set up the whole drive
by the
Colton
offensive line.
and the offensive line.
Absolutely. Colton Trampler did a great job, but it's the offensive line that even gives Colton the holes to run in, and he does a great job when he has those holes. But that offensive line, all 5 together,
let's
said,
name
you
them.
know what?
Muterspaw, let's give him some love. Schultz, Muterspaw.
Schultz, Muterspaw, Garrett Vance, Brody, Colton Doyle, and Joe Boffman.
That's right.
Yep.
Good job. Good job,
and Dawson
offensive
Conley.
line.
You can't forget about the tight end. The tight end in this offense, I mean, he's already had a score tonight, but the tight end in this offense does a lot of blocking. So Dawson Conley kind of touted as one of the best route runners that this coaching staff has ever seen. But the bread is made. The bread is made, though, by blocking, and he does a good job at that. So Trevor McGinnis with a big kick. That's going to hit, right on the 4-yard line, but it does go out of bounds on that first bounce, so that's going to be another penalty. It looks like he had more distance than he needed. He wanted more height, particularly on that one. So Trevor McGinnis with the ball out of bounds is going to give Bethel-Tate good field position to start this drive in the fourth quarter with right under 8 minutes, 7:59 left in this fourth quarter with a score of 56-20 Clinton-Massie.
And if anybody cares about college football, specifically Michigan, which I don't think anybody does. Hold on, are you DVRing this game? I'm not going to share anything.
Yeah, I'm sure there's at least a couple Wolverine fans out there
They're
somewhere.
They're up by a little
we
bit.
know that the Buckeye are faithful here. So Cameron Snyder doing a great job getting flushed
nice
out of the
scramble.
pocket. He sets his feet
Nice
right
play.
back to the middle of
Ooh.
the field, and that's a nice play. That was a nice play by Cameron
Doesn't
Snyder.
he remind you of like a Baker Mayfield
He
or Johnny
does.
Manziel?
He does.
Quick
That's
with
exactly.
his feet
Yep.
and can just throw across his
He
body.
actually didn't even set his feet. He threw on the run. He was running sideways
play.
and threw that. I tell you, this
Kid's got potential.
He does. He's
Up and up.
going to be good. I think if you rewatch this game, you're going to recognize real quick that they've got something special in this freshman, and they've seen it. So Malloy is met in the backfield, but he's able. The ball's on the ground, but it's picked up quickly by Bethel-Tate.
Yeah.
So they know what they've got in this freshman. That's why they went to him. As soon as Long, which we hate to see that Long went down, we want that young man to know that we're sending a lot of love from the sidelines here. So a senior, you hate to see him lose his last game. But this freshman has come in, and after that first couple series said, that's fine. Put it on me, coach. Put it on my back. I'll give you everything I got, and he's clearly done that. So snap goes, there's 3 receivers to the right.
Yeah,
it's a little out of bounds there, or a little over his head and goes out of bounds to Dunn.
Fourth down now looks like for 4th and 10. And they may just roll the dice. They kind of know at this point, game's out of hand.
There's no reason why you'd punt the ball. It's 6:42 left in the game, and you're down by 36 points. You might as well go for something. If anything, like you said, it's a momentum to take you out of the season into the offseason. So quads right. Snyder calls the play from the line of scrimmage. He sets his feet. He's flushed out of the pocket. He throws the ball to Carter, but it's over his head, so that's going to be a turnover on downs and gives the ball to Clinton-Massie. And I'll be honest with you, at that point, you needed a score to even keep it close, and I'd say they came up just a little bit short there, which puts it Clinton-Massie's ball first down. It's going to be marked at the 35-yard line, and we're going to go right to left on your 6:15, I believe. So they're going to change. They're going to make a quick change on the clock to give just a couple seconds back to the Clinton-Massie Falcons as they start their offense. So 34-13 is your final. So, ladies and gentlemen, if Clinton-Massie's able to finish it off with, right now it looks pretty good for them with a 36-point lead, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They are going to face the Waverly Tigers.
The Waverly
Tigers. And it looks like Waverly is that high, potent passing offense. You got to hope if you're Clinton-Massie for maybe another cold night where the hands are just a little bit hard.
Yeah, we're built for playoff football.
It's hard to grip the ball. So your wishbone backfield is exactly what you want to see in cold weather. It goes to Gabe McDowell. He kind of trots just a little bit, waits for his blockers. He's brought down, but after a successful 5-yard gain, so you can't be mad at a 5-yard gain on first down.
No, nice push by the offensive line. Going to give them love tonight. They
reestablishing the line of scrimmage is exactly what they do.
Big play Gabe just follows those and gets 5 yards.
We've talked about the patience that a running back needs in the broadcasts in the past. I mean, that time he got the ball, but he didn't try to sprint through the hole. He just waited for it to develop and slowly went it off the right-hand side.
Yeah.
That's Brody Muter's ball, and I believe Joe Boffman's up there on the right-hand side as well, creating holes
Good side to run on.
Gabe McDowell. Wishbone backfield this time. It's going to go to Caden Clutter. He's able to make one or two guys miss, but he's brought down.
Nice run. You know what they might be doing?
Almost a first down run.
They might be giving Trampler, and then the rest of this, they're already banged up enough, saying, okay, let's just stay healthy for next week and let big play Gabe come in. Caden Clutter get some reps and
I promise you, Caden Clutter, if the coaches came to him and said, hey, you want a few carries because we need to finish this game, he said, Coach, I'll do anything you need me to do.
Yep.
He's that quiet leader, and he leads by example with effort. So this time it's going to be a timeout by Bethel-Tate. Yep, Bethel-Tate's going to take a timeout. So with 4:36 left, we're going to take just a moment and say we'd like to thank everyone that's able to join us here tonight. on campusnation.com for the Clinton-Massie Falcons versus the Bethel-Tate Tigers. And it looks like as we put this game away here in just the next 5 minutes or so, that it looks like Clinton-Massie is going to take on the Waverly Tigers next week. What we believe to be is here. We'll be able to verify that through the week and make sure the OHSAA has set that parameter in place permanently. Is a little bit up in the air as we went into the game today, but we feel like it's going to be here at home next week. Waverly, which, as you said, somebody you know actually goes to Waverly? Or?
Actually, my sister-in-law's from Waverly, so there's some folks down there, and she's the most wonderful cook. Amy makes the most delicious chicken and dumplings, which that doesn't have to do with anything. But I want to say this. Waverly, was it 34-6 the final?
34-6.
So it looks like they got some defense down there as well as a highly potent offense as well. So it looks like they can hold a team to very few points. So it'll be a good.
Like it's going to be a good game. It's going to be another contrasting styles there. So the Wishbone backfield gets Caden Clutter the carry. He goes down over the line of scrimmage to the left-hand side, and that's going to be a first down. Yeah, so he's just chewing up, eating up yardage, eating up clock at this point. And it is going to be 56-20 as a score, 4:13 left. And I believe that should be a running clock at this point. So with 4 minutes left in this game, we're going to count down here in just a moment.
Yeah, they're going to let that clock run down to about 5 seconds.
Yeah, we'll make sure that, as we said earlier, we want to get both sides out of this game with as many healthy players as possible, so we'll keep everybody upright and safe the rest of this game. So Colton Trampler is your fullback. Looks like Gabe McDowell is going to be your dot and I. And then slot to the right, Cody Zantini under center, snaps the ball to Colton Trampler. He kind of bobbles the snap just a little bit, which brings the ball kind of low to Colton. Colton's able to scoop it up and get a couple yards.
Yeah, get 3 yards out of it.
Absolutely. Good successful run there on the first down. So Clinton-Massie, what do you think as far as how they're going to match up against another high potent offense? The first thing you got to see is, do you have two of your defensive backs back? So that's Carson Van Hoos and Blake Irelan.
Yeah, let's just send our thoughts and prayers to those guys, and hopefully they're healed up. Young bodies will heal up quicker, and so hopefully we have them back because we are going to need them. But I liked some of the play out of Green tonight. Had some good plays.
Yeah, absolutely. Green's done a great job. And Caden Clutter.
Nice.
See, two hands on that ball. Yeah, he's not really worried about scoring or getting as many yards as he could. He's worried about protecting that ball, which is what a good running back does, a good leader does. Mrs. Ritter says, go blue, watching both games going on at the same time. And the question is, where is Van Hoos? Is he okay? So we do see him on the sidelines. Got the toboggan on with the rest of his equipment. The helmet didn't come out in the second half, so he is iced up, and we're hoping that it's not a bad knee or some other type of injury, and we'll probably get some more information through the week and see if he can get back on the field starting next week for the Clinton-Massie Falcons, along with Blake Ireland, we're hoping as well.
Yeah, just get those guys healthy and get them back here for the game next week. Trampler up the middle.
Trampler up the middle is going to be not much on that particular run, so another couple yards, which is going to bring it down to 4th down and 2, looks like. So that's going to set up Clinton-Massie with 1:55 left, 56-20 is the score if you're just joining us. And if you are just joining us, you've missed a heck of a game because a lot of scoring happened in the first quarter for Clinton-Massie, not so much for Clinton-Massie in the second quarter. One score in the third and now a couple here in the fourth. So Clinton-Massie has done a good job kind of stealing the momentum back from Bethel-Tate each time they try to give it. Gabe McGowan with a run.
Baby.
He's able to make one guy miss. He breaks through into the defensive backfield, but he's brought down, and that's going to be a first down run for Gabe McDowell. So nice job, Gabe, to hopefully cement this last drive here with a score with 1:20 left on a running clock. First and goal right inside the 10-yard line at about the 9, almost the 8-yard line as the offense sets up. Cody Zantini.
About 1:06 left in the game.
Yeah, slowly brings up the offensive line and the rest of the backs. It looks like they're going to go into victory formation.
Yeah, go in that victory formation, down that ball.
What looks the best, this is the best formation you could possibly get into. He's going to wait till that the referee calls, the back judge calls for the 5 seconds. Goes underneath center. You're going to see a snap. You're going to see a knee. You're going to see 44 seconds left on the clock. They might make them snap it one more time because that's going to be first down. We'll go into second down. They're just going to stay up on Yeah, the line of scrimmage, they move it back just a little bit. So with one more snap, we're going to call this game over. We appreciate the camera work, the awesome camera work done by Corey Price this game with Chad Muterspaw down on the field. We appreciate their end zone camera work as well. And that should take you in to... So Clinton-Massie with a victory, 56-20 as the clock runs out, ladies and gentlemen, on this playoff win for Clinton-Massie. I believe this is the 18th or 19th year in a row where Clinton-Massie is in the playoffs. They would have, as you said, earned their way in, as Bethel-Tate would have as well. Bethel-Tate takes a sharp loss, but something that they can definitely build on in the next couple years. They've got a young quarterback that was awesome.
Yes, he is, and he's got a lot of good years left. So hats off to them, hats off to Massey for grinding it out and having a big win tonight.
Yeah, they kind of wave across the field. That's what COVID has caused us to do. So everybody's kind of just waving to each other, coaches and players alike. We appreciate Bethel-Tate coming up here and being very sportsmanlike, and it did a great job. Tried to steal that momentum as the second half started. Ended up scoring a couple different times, but Massey just a little bit too much for him, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and as we've said, Massey's the 1 seed, and they're playing like it, and they're just playing solid. Great offensive line, defensive line play all night long as well.
So Clinton-Massie is going to move on next week. We believe it's here at Frank Irelan Field. Yep, we're going to be here at Frank Irelan Field, so we're looking forward to seeing another playoff game here at Clinton-Massie High School, and it's going to be against the Waverly Tigers. We're going to try to get some information over the week and share that with you in the pregame for next week, but Waverly Tigers, we know, is a high-powered it's a throwing offense. I would assume 4 or 5 wide, empty backfield. They're scoring, I believe, 60-point averages during the year, and then they scored the 36 or 34 or so against the McNick Rockets. So McNick, who actually came in with kind of a touted, vaunted defense, must have given up quite a few points in the air for against Waverly. So Clinton-Massie is able to put this one away, and Bethel-Tate goes away with a 1-loss season. So you got to feel good about that if you're Jeff Essig. Doing a great job turning that program around. And again, we wouldn't have been talking about them 5 years ago. We are talking about them now.
Yep, hats off to them, and they're just going to build from here on out. You're going to be hearing a lot of them the next few years.
Yep, so we appreciate everyone that was able to join us this evening. We appreciate those that sent in all your information regarding what's your favorite stuff to do or get on Halloween. So the last shout-out we can give is from Leo and Rosalie Doyle in beautiful downtown Clarksville, Ohio.
Beautiful.
Is watching number 51 Colton Doyle, our grandson, and they're doing a great job, so we appreciate that. So we appreciate all the support from our sponsors. We appreciate Rick Phillips and his production team at campusnation.com. EJ, we appreciate you joining us as well.
Fun.
Corey Price, our cameraman, and Chad Muterspaw, our cameraman. This is Matt Baker. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have a great rest of the day, a great weekend. Stay safe, ladies and gentlemen.